caught out there. Almost got caught. Let me put it in the right place. Hope everybody's having a fantastic morning. It is Friday, y'all. We made it to the end of the week. Let me get this camera straight. How y'all doing out there this morning in YouTube land? It's all good over here. I'm feeling healthy. I'm charged up. Let's go, y'all. Let's do what we got to do. Let's get it. Let me get this camera straight over here. How everybody doing this morning? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Loud and clear, loud and clear. Let me see. Make sure my camera's straight over there. Get that little edge of my sketch over there, right? Yeah. Open that all the way up. There we go. That should be it right there. Your boy got a little better at doing this already. How's everybody doing this morning? It's Friday, y'all. We made it. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much, Batty Lynn, for letting me know the audio was good. Hey, everybody. Y'all ready to get these prayers in? Making sure that camera good. Oh, we got a good camera over there. Okay, y'all. Turn it up. Turn it up. It's time to go. It's our bottom line. Woo! What we got? Come on. What we got? What we got? I got 2 minutes. Let's go, you guys. We got to get these prayers in. We're going to pray for love, pray for happiness, pray for peace. We're going to pray for honor. We're going to pray for understanding, and we're going to pray for health. And like I always tell you guys, you can never pray for it more than once and never too much. Love. Let's go, you guys. Let's pray for it. We got Luigi in the building. We praying for Queen Shay. We got VG 5P in the building. EB Audrey, how you doing? Okay, I see you in here, Luigi. Deborah, good morning. Mark Dorfman, Queen Shay. Yvonne, good morning. Beyond, how you doing, Ether? Deborah, okay, we got VG up in the building. I see Homeboy up in here. 420, John Patrick. Daniel, okay, Rebecca Lund, Yen Bueno chiming in from Grand Rapids, Michigan. We got to get a couple more people up in here real quick. We got to give a shout out to Liberty and Justice. Pray for you. Pray for Casey, Sam Champion, Jeffrey Spilker, Mark Dorfman, Terry, Jordan, everybody else that I can't remember. Okay, who else we got up in here? Rebecca Lanyan Bueno. I see you, Audrey. Got to pray for Daniel, Tony. All right, hey, there we go, you guys. That's how we're going to start it off this morning. Amen. Y'all ready to go? Because I am. How we do it all the time? Almost didn't make it. Let me get this little sip of water. And let's go. You ready? I'm ready to go. I said they're ready to go. I said it's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo. Yo, 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 yo. And we wind it up. Wind it up. Wind it up. I said it's 6 o'clock somewhere. You ready to go? Let's throw it. Just got paid to do. It's Friday night. Just got paid. It's time to start the show. You ready? Just got paid. Friday night. Okay. Okay, and we got a cool morning, but I gotta let you guys know it's gonna be 90 these couple of days. We got a hot weekend coming up, and I got something to talk to you guys about that. But first, we gotta open up those pores. We gotta open up those pores. We gotta open up those. Uh. It's Friday the 15th. That's right, y'all. 2026. I'm your host, Boogotti NYC, and this here's our bottom line. Where we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that. Where we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that. Just got me lit. That's right, y'all. Doom, just got paid. Doom. Friday night. It's Friday, you guys. I hope everybody's having a fantastic week. We made it to the end of the week. If you guys got to go to work tomorrow, we're still going to be here too. So don't worry. We'll still be here to wake you up and get you guys charged up with trending topics, current events, and much, much more. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day out there. Me, myself, I'm ready to get into to the show. So you know what I'm about to say, right? I got 5 on it. I'm going to stack 5 videos at a time. All I need you guys to do is stay on topic, stay on point. Let me know where you're chiming in from. Also, I love to know what city, what state, what country you're chiming in from. It lets me stay on point to know where to go search. I love seeing the flags as well, you guys. You know how we do it around here. It's our bottom line, and we don't stop. We keep on going. We don't just go to one place. We keep on rolling to everywhere. We done been to Mount Everest on this show. So guess what? We're going to keep the ball rolling and do just that. So without any more further ado, let's get into these titles. Let's see what we got up there this morning. We got some pretty important titles we got coming in this Friday morning. We've got Trump and Xi, partners, not rivals. Could this be true? They're talking about a partnership. Could this help us out in the long run? You guys know what I'm going to talk about, what I'm going to say the next word, right? Because before all of this stuff that we had going on with Iran, there was tariffs. And it was with who? China. So if we can get that taken care of, maybe it'll soften the punch on our wallets. Let's keep on moving forward because now we got, is the USA and Iran ceasefire on life support? Haven't heard anything about it. He's in China right now. Everybody else is focusing on China right now and doing things over there. So we're going to get in seeing what's going on with Iran right now that the president's coming back to the United States and the summit is over. We got to get back into that. Let's keep on moving forward because last but not least, what do we have over here? This is something that all of us have to worry about. Doom, doom, doom. Hear me out, New Yorkers. Has the New York City Rent Board just agreed to an increase? And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to blow the plot because yes, there's a 2% increase on 1-year leases and there will be a 4% increase on 2-year leases. So it's about to go down. We got much to get into, you guys. Get your coffee, your tea, your water, your coffee, and your 55 Coffee House from Lisa Roy over there. You guys get your coffee and your tea ready because we're about to aim this thing out and get it going this morning. It's Friday morning. We're going to see President Trump and Xi hanging out a little bit, toasting each other, and see a little bit how that went. And then we're going to keep the story going. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Friday. I am. If you're not, take some of this energy from me and let's get it. Now a toast by President. A welcome toast from President Xi to President Trump and vice versa. Maybe this trip is going to do good. 很高兴为特朗普总统对中国进行国事访问 Now I know y'all don't think I'm gonna make y'all sit through that. Come on now, y'all know I love y'all too much for that. They had a summit, they did what they did, and now we gonna keep it rolling. It's Friday. Let's see what JD Vance got to say about this fraud when it comes up, and he's gonna rile this crowd up pretty good. Y'all know I love y'all too much for that. Hang Shang Chong. He didn't even give us the fake voice to make it funny. Come on now, let's go. Let's keep on moving forward. Maine is a festering problem where people have been taken advantage of and they've been stolen from, and your government hasn't done anything about it. You ask yourself, why did Maine go from a state that did not have a serious fraud problem to one where I can honestly say it's one of the worst states in the union? And I'll give you 2 answers and 2 politicians. Number 1 is Janet Mills, and number 2 is Joe Biden. And thankfully, one of them has already been kicked to the curb, and one is on her way out the door, exactly as it should be. Good morning, everybody. Paul LePage
to, and I'm not just blowing smoke, my friends. He took concrete action to try to fight back against fraud. He doubled the number of fraud investigations when he was the governor of this state. That's an amazing thing. He required personal photos on EBT cards so that we could make sure the people getting those benefits are the ones who deserve those benefits. And he cracked down on the international fraud rings that were taking advantage of this great state. You have to ask yourself, why is it that you have a government that seems more focused on the illegal aliens growing weed illegally than it is on the taxpayers of this state? Why is it that you have a government that seems not to care about you, but sure as hell cares about Somali fraudsters who are making millions and millions of dollars off of your taxpayer money? And the answer is because you have a governor who hasn't fought for you. Let's send a governor who did fight for you to the U.S. Congress. Let's send Paul LePage to the U.S. House.
JD out there getting them riled up. Is this a little precursor to his own campaign measures out there? How many of you guys actually think JD got a little bit of presidential potential? Let me know in the comments. I'm definitely going to read it. We got to keep on going to New York, and if I can make it there, I'll make it. Bum bum. Anywhere, it's up to you. New York, New York. But to tell you the truth, it's up to you, citizen of the state of New York, if you're going to keep on dealing with it and if you're going to still keep on complying with what's going on here. Yes, they promised that they weren't going to do it. They promised that they were going to help out the citizens of New York City. They promised that they were not going to make any increases. They said that they understood what was going on. He fought in his campaign to say that he was not going to go for it. But guess what? In the long run, that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. We've got the 2% for 1-year leases and 4% increases are coming in for 2-year leases, and it's not stopping. Last year was already increased anyway, so it's not stopping. And anyway, when you live in an apartment, every 2 years the landlord, yes, can increase your rent depending on the deal of the lease that you signed anyway. So let's keep moving forward, you guys, because we've got these rent board advocates and they're saying that there's a potential hike for subsidized apartments, and I want to say it's not a potential hike, it's going to happen. Landlords are complaining because they don't have enough monetary to service the buildings as well as do repairs. Let's keep on going, you guys. Let's go. So they went back and forth, and they came up with a settlement that a lot of New Yorkers are not going to be happy with.
Well, the city's rent guidelines board taking a step towards deciding what could happen to rent stabilized apartments this year. News 12's Edric Robinson is in the studio this morning breaking down what this could mean for millions of New Yorkers. Good morning, Edric.
Yeah, Lindsay, listen, this was a preliminary vote held last night. Some renters there wanted a full rent freeze, while landlords, they want...
There's no such thing as free buses. They ain't do it yet. And they probably, he said he'll talk about reductions, reduced fares.
Higher increases. In the end, the board landed full rent freeze, while landlords, they want higher increases. In the end, the board landed somewhere in the middle. And it's fair to say that both sides left there frustrated. Take a look at video from last night's meeting. You can see here people chanting. Someone even yelled, "Shame on you," after a motion that would have kept rents flat for 1- and 2-year leases. That failed. The board eventually passed a preliminary hike of 0 to 2% for 1-year leases and 0 to 4% for 2-year leases for rent stabilized apartments. Outside the meeting in Long Island City, tenants were rallying there calling for a rent freeze or even rent cuts, saying the cost of living is already too high. Landlord groups also pushing back, saying that small building owners are struggling with higher insurance, property taxes, and costs for repairs. And remember, Mayor Zoran Mamdani, he campaigned on the promise to freeze the rent. Last night, he said he's encouraged the board is talking about affordability as the process moves forward.
He instead of freezing, instead of what he promised, saying freezing the rent, now he's saying, "Oh, I'm so happy that you guys are working something out moving forward." Like, what happened to the freeze part, bro? He did the straight moonwalk off that idea. Straight moonwalk. Oh, y'all didn't catch that? Come on now. I'm not the one that said it by myself. Now, let's get to that. Let's get to it right here.
And remember, Mayor Zoran Mamdani, he campaigned on the promise to freeze the rent. Last night, he said he's encouraged the board is talking about affordability as the process moves forward. Now, this isn't the final.
And you got Sherman, Professor Clump's mother over here. I don't know what she's smiling about, looking like she's just thinking about lunch. You know, all she's thinking about is dinner and food, the next snack that she got in her pocket that she about to bust down.
Decision just yet. There's going to be public hearings all across the city through June before the board takes that final vote on June 25th. And the hearing in our borough here will be on Monday, June 8th at Hostos Community College. You can head on over to news12.com for all of those details. In studio, Edric Robinson, News 12.
Yeah, you guys, there you go. They're about to raise that rent. You see it when it said 0 to 2%, 0 to 4%. You think the landlord gonna go 0 or 1 or 2 or 3? They going to the max or whatever they can get when it comes down to those increases. And what happens is once you, the tenant, sign that lease, that means it's official because you agreed to it. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. I feel for a lot of people, this is gonna run a lot of people out as well as right now, budgets are very tight. People are trying to pay for gasoline. People are trying to pay for food, try to pay for transportation. So anything more can just be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Pray for everybody in the city. And that's why that song that Frank made is so important. Because if you can make it in the state of New York, you can make it anywhere. He was not playing when he made that song. Let's keep on moving forward to something I have no personal feelings about. I just want people to stop fighting. Period. Don't have no comments about me just because of the selection of the video. I'm kind of glad you guys got over that. Cause you used to do this, you used to do that to me like, oh yeah, well, you the one. Well, no, I'm not the one. I'm just playing the video. Let's keep on moving forward because we want to watch this mob swarm a synagogue. Check this out, you guys. Didn't go down too cool. Didn't like this myself. I don't think that this should happen anywhere.
An anti-Israeli mob hurling anti-Semitic slurs and waving Palestinian flags while raging against police outside of a Brooklyn synagogue last night.
So you can see a pro-Palestinian shoving a Jewish girl as rioters chant "globalize" the Intifada. It is the second anti-Israeli protest like this in a near week.
So the New York Mayor Zoran Mamdani has yet to condemn this attack. It's the second in a matter of weeks that we've been reporting. This one happened last night. It was an Israeli real estate event in Brooklyn, and there were a lot of police. Despite that, though, there were several incidents. Two minors were arrested for throwing eggs. There was
Good morning, everybody.
The Israeli flag was burned during the demonstration. And there were a few dozen pro-Palestinian activists that were met by this larger group of counter-protesters.
I'm sure these guys are being financed from outside the country. There never in the past have been Palestinian movements like this. Most people don't even understand it. It's a part of the Middle East that usually is a dial tone to most Americans, but over the last 4 or 5 years, it's all of a sudden we got these wild activists. It reminds me of what happened with the green technology on fossil fuels, and then it became the race problem after George Floyd, and now they say, okay, let's focus on making Jews the problem, which they are not.
Brian, I'm so glad that you said that because we characterize these as.
She pulled her hair like crazy. She tried to pull that lady hair out. What's going on with you, lady? Yeah, let's get on to some more of this follow up from yesterday's video that we promised that we were gonna keep. We got a couple of follow ups. I kept them back to back because that's the way that they happen. Yes, you guys remember when the Democrats were reporting the Epstein sweetheart deal, and this allowed him to develop more international traffic while he was out, as well as an accusation by this victim here saying that she actually was SA'd while he was on parole because they were so lenient in letting him go back and forth from home. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up. It is Friday, you guys. I'm just working over here. You guys got to remind me to tell you, hit that like button. I really would appreciate it. If you have not subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? As you can see, I'm really into what I'm doing right now. I'm ready to get this work going because I got a lot of work to get to, and I can't wait to get to the health and wellness section, as well as a few bonus parts that we got today. Stick around, you guys. You're going to love the show. Let's keep on moving.
So I want to go back to what Alex Acosta said, which was that he thought a prosecution would have been a crapshoot. Was there enough evidence as you see it then, as opposed to what we've learned since then and what we know now, to have a successful prosecution? Is that ultimately the point of this report?
Absolutely. There was enough evidence at the time. I sat through and questioned Alex Acosta when he came before our committee to be deposed. There was an indictment, dozens of pages long, many witnesses outlining Epstein's abuse, witnesses and survivors willing to testify to it in court. His decision to give the kind of sweetheart deal that he gave is inexplicable. And the fact that at multiple levels, the authorities, while Epstein was serving the limited sentence he was given, that there was no oversight of that. He was raping girls while he was serving the sentence for soliciting underage prostitution.
So they were letting him go home on the work release program, and he was doing whatever he wanted to do. That was his work while he was on work release.
It's absolutely outrageous. And yeah, my hope is that our investigation will lead to future DOJ investigations and prosecutions of others who were involved.
One of the attorneys, a congressman who represents Epstein victims, Jack Sorolla, told a local news station in Florida he doesn't believe this field hearing will accomplish what he says victims still need most, which is answers about who else was responsible and changes to protect future victims. And I wonder if a hearing like this is less about potentially learning anything new and just mostly about keeping it in the public eye with the anticipation that maybe at some point you'll have a Justice Department that will pursue this or have another way to pursue other people who are culpable in this hideous tragedy.
Well, I think it's both. I mean, look, any investigation you build block by block, piece by piece, and sometimes those are small blocks and sometimes those are big blocks. Our investigation has revealed that key figures close to Epstein were never investigated by the FBI. Today, we heard Rosa's story for the first time in public, and she shared with me when I asked her, she shared that there were other women who were similarly essentially held hostage via fraudulent visas that Epstein and Maxwell procured for them.
So that's why I want you guys not to forget this story, because we're still talking about Epstein and the possibility of Ghislaine Maxwell receiving a pardon. I think it's possibly going to happen. If it is going to happen, possibly the next 2.5 to 3 years. You can probably understand why. And yeah, it depends on probably the next or following administration. This is a very vital point that we're dealing with right now. We've been following this for a very long time, you guys. I got to tell you, it's almost going on almost 18 months now that we've been following this story, period. I've never felt this much of a winding down and a slowing down of a category of a such important situation. And it's really got to the point where now first it was dribs and drabs. Now it's just like a plop, constant, like a little drip, a little drip. Every couple of moments, we get a little something. And it seems as if they're trying to keep it going and keep people knowledgeable about what's happening, but with little effort. It's not really happening. It's not enough. It's just not enough.
So all of that provides lines of inquiry for our committee's investigation and
little result, sorry.
Hopefully for a Department of Justice in the future that wants to take this seriously.
Let me ask you finally,
yeah, that's the same thing I'm thinking, because I think this case right now, as far as this DOJ is concerned, got rid of Pam Bondi. Don't think it's not going to be too much coming out of it, you guys. And I'm so sorry, because we have been following it for a very long time, but we've been following another case as well. And there's a new case that's coming up, and it has to do with a lot of money, 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 money. That's right, you guys. We're going to keep that other clip going as well. The one that had to do with Ilhan Omar, as she's under fire. You know, you love her so much. The congresswoman who's been asked, Congress has been asked to step in because of her refusal for her to cooperate with the probe that's going on. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's get the rest of this video as well.
So the House Anti-Fraud and Oversight Committee is asking Congress to issue a subpoena to Representative Ilhan Omar for refusing to hand over records of her office's communications with the ringleader of the nonprofit organization that was implicated in a massive COVID-era fraud scheme. Lawmakers in the GOP-led Minnesota House Fraud Prevention and State Agency Oversight Policy Committee suspect that the congresswoman played a part in the sprawling reimbursement scheme. The nonprofit, Feeding Our Future, stole more than $250 million from a federal child nutrition program. Court documents containing communications between congressional staffers in Omar's office and Feeding Our Future's convicted mastermind, Amy Bach, were in.
Just in case you guys need to see some receipts, and all of a sudden now you go from being a millionaire to a thousandaire, and you got to blame it on your accountant, who has no name, by the way. Lisa, thanks for reminding me of that all the time.
As government exhibits in the fraud kingpin's federal trial. The contents of the documents were sealed due to ongoing criminal cases. So the Minnesota House Oversight Committee.
Think she's gonna be doing that face for a long time, you guys? Do you think they're gonna finally get something out of this lady? Do you think we're gonna finally get a bottom line? Yes, no pun intended. A bottom line out of what's going on here.
Has repeatedly requested that Omar voluntarily hand over the email and text exchanges herself. Omar
Good morning, Jordan.
Deadline last week to turn over the messages on her own accord, and the 8-member committee, composed of 5 Republicans and 3 Democrats, voted to subpoena Omar at an oversight hearing. If the congresswoman were subpoenaed and refused to comply, Omar could be held in contempt of Congress, a criminal offense punishable by jail time.
Yeah, speaking of going to jail, we got to get back to that clip from yesterday that I almost made a mistake and didn't play. Remember the rest of this clip that we was playing yesterday about the fired whistleblower? We can't forget that. This is the lady that told us exactly what's going on with Ghislaine Maxwell inside of Camp Club Bryant, the Club Fed Vacation, the antidote for civilization, the Club Med Vacation. But in this case, it's Club Fed. She's getting, what's that, shelled meals. She's getting her mail delivered to her by the warden. Looks like she had an iPhone. You guys called it a glasses case. I don't know what kind of glasses are that slim. Okay, maybe they're reading glasses, but that looked like one of those iPhone cases to me. And they definitely did say that when she gets special treatment, they lock down facility when it's time for her to get a visitor. And a maraschino cherry on top of that is she already wrote her brother a letter saying, don't worry, when you fly in, they're going to have you separate somewhere else. You're not going to have to go through the same things that everybody else has to go to. So now, if you guys don't think that special privileges, I don't know what is.
So now the warden's role, which is really hard to understand here. Other emails that you shared with us, Maxwell is talking to her lawyer, and she says things like, Noella, the warden proposes August 18th for your visit. So she brings the warden up in that context. In another, she tells her lawyer, I checked with the warden, and she would rather that I send all the updates through her.
This is Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's accomplice that's doing 20 years. Got moved from a federal max facility to Club Fed, Club Bryant in, Bryant, Texas, the other prison, which is a low minimum security prison.
So she keeps referencing the warden as if she's having conversations with the warden and they are directly communicating about things. How unusual is that?
That is highly unusual, Aaron. Pretty much the only time you see the warden talk to inmates there is they can approach her at what we call Main line, which is kind of when they're on their way back and forth through the chow hall.
Yeah, she definitely got some bread. She's definitely got some money because she just sold her house for a couple of $1 million too.
They, for the most part, do not have direct access to the warden, and certainly not at their convenience.
So in response to CNN's exclusive reporting from other Bryan prison inmates who have said they were punished for speaking out about what they say is special treatment that Maxwell got, a Bureau of Prison spokesperson, responded to us, Noella, and said in part, the BOP is committed to maintaining the highest standards of integrity, impartiality, and
blah, blah, blah.
Of its facilities. They went on to say that BOP staff are prohibited from, quote, providing preferential treatment to any inmate. So there it is in black and white. What do you say to that?
I say that they can claim to be committed to it as much as they want. What they say and what they do are two very, very different things.
Your allegations are part of a report in the House Oversight Committee the Democrats put together that alleges a cover up from the Trump administration on Maxwell, how she's treated. And you know, these questions that have not been answered, Noella, as to why she ended up in that facility after that interview with the then Deputy Attorney General, a facility where someone who was convicted for her crimes would never ordinarily ever end up. But because it is a report by Democrats that your emails are a part of, I want to give you a chance to directly respond to some who might say, you're motivated by politics. What do you say to that charge?
And up until all of this, I honestly could have cared less about politics. I registered to vote at 18. I have been a registered Republican since then. I have voted Democrat one time in my life. I voted for Obama to annoy my mother, and it worked, as that would have it. No, it wasn't political at all. The only reason I chose to go to the Democrats is because I had been reporting so many other things along with some other employees there. One of the biggest of which was medical neglect. I went to OIG. I went to a federal judge. I went to different politicians, both Democrat and Republican. Nobody would listen to what we were trying to tell them was going on there.
One of the top issues for survivors is that only Ghislaine Maxwell has been charged related to the Jeffrey Epstein case. And Todd Blanche, for his part, has said no further charges should be brought. He said he's looked at the evidence and what he's seen, no further charges should be.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That's why I said you guys, the spinning world look like the Twilight Zone right here. But I don't know what you guys. I've been trying, we've been pulling, we've been searching. That's it. We're gonna just keep on looking forward to see what we can get, and hopefully there's a light at the end of the rainbow for the victims. That's what we're really worried about, you guys. So I'm praying for the victims in this Jeffrey Epstein tragedy, and everybody out there that says certain things about certain women or whatever. I just got to keep on reiterating to all the men and all of the people that want to keep saying negative things. Guess what? Everybody is not a liar. Everybody is not lying. And everybody is not in it for money. Want to pray for all of the victims and the people that really had to go through this tragedy and endured it and still are pushing at this other side of it. Going to pray for them to have strength to keep on moving forward, and hopefully the stories will get told one day. Amen. Let's keep on going, you guys. We got to get on over to this MPD officer. He's been locked up, and I hope he ain't getting out. Watch your head. Yeah, this was very interesting, you guys. You remember Chris Hansen? Yes, remember Chris Hansen? When he come out the back like, oh, so did you bring the alcohol? Did you bring the condoms? And yeah, I did. What do you mean? You really? Yeah, you guys, you know what I'm talking about. Chris Hansen. Well, imagine Chris Hansen busting a police officer. Yeah, the police officer came because he thought that he was going to have a good time. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go to Washington, D.C. and see what's happening here.
Coming up on Takedown with Chris Hansen. Holy cow. In Harford County, Maryland, this man arrived. Stop around. He leaves us all stunned. Escorting president, escorting dignitaries from other countries. We're out here trying to catch these guys, and one of our own is that guy. Because rather than making an arrest, he's the one being arrested. Do I take your glasses off?
No, I'm good.
You're smiling. You think it's funny?
No, I don't. I'm just not going to answer any questions. Thank you.
You're going to listen to me. I'm sorry, this cuff's uncomfortable.
I'm fine.
You're a long way from fine.
That is a clip from Takedown with Chris Hansen, where a D.C. police lieutenant was arrested in a child exploitation investigation in Maryland. Investigators allege he exchanged explicit messages with someone he believed was a 15-year-old boy.
So this is why I keep on telling you guys that I think it's okay to show the kids this sometimes. How would they ever expect a police officer to be the one to worry about to do something like this? And you can use it as the medium. This is why I tell you to text me so much. This is why I'm always on your back about letting me know where you're at. Why I'm always calling you, because I love you. Look at stuff like this that's going on. Just wanted to bring it out real quick, you guys, because it's in every area. Law enforcement, DA, teachers, preachers. We done saw so many people over the year and a half doing this. I can't put it past anybody. I just can't. You guys want to see the rest of this? Yeah, this is a Chris Hansen special right here. It's pretty long. I can't watch the whole thing. It's 6 minutes and 50 seconds. It's actually a clip. MPD officer arrested in collaboration with a takedown with Chris Hansen. Try to get just a little bit more of this. I want to know what this Fulio's motive was real quick. Hold on.
Well, Steve, it was part of a sting that we did in Harford County, Maryland, for my streaming network, True Blue, our takedown investigation. We go all around the countries, and we collaborate with law enforcement agencies to expose men trying to exploit children. And we have worked in Harford County before, and we're back again. And this particular person, Lieutenant Matthew Hall of the DC Metro Police Department, engaged in a chat for 31 days with someone he thought was a 15-year-old boy. And the exchanges were graphic. Graphic pictures were sent. Pictures of him in his uniform in his office were sent. The chat is too graphic, honestly, in some ways to share here on morning television. But suffice it to say, he knew what he was doing. He said it was wrong. He knew he had a lot to lose, but he did it anyway. And that speaks to the nature of these predators we catch.
You know, Chris, you talked about this being one of the cases that really stood out to you. Was that because of the explicit nature of it? Because I know you've seen a lot over the years and decades. Or was it because this was a member of law enforcement that was involved?
Well, anytime you see a member of law enforcement, and it's happened before, but it's very rare, as it should be anytime.
But that was a lieutenant right there. So imagine how long he was possibly doing something like that. Oh my God. Want to pray for all of the possible victims, all of the victims, and hopefully, if he did harm anybody, let's bring him to justice for all that he has done. You guys, trust me. Hopefully, he has not done anything. Hopefully, we don't find anything, because that right there was enough. Amen. He should definitely not be no lieutenant anymore. Let me get those stripes. Give me those back. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to get over to Gwinnett County. We got a barber that's home from doom 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 doom. That's right, you guys. He is home from get him ICE custody. And he's saying that somebody has to listen to what he has to say. You guys, we play all the other sides of the stories a lot. This time, we're going to hear it from someone who actually was in custody. I want you guys to let me know, what do you think about this situation here in Gwinnett County? What do you think about this man? Is he telling the truth? Is he making this story up? What's going on here?
Homeland's a Gwinnett County father that agents held for more than a year is back home and not holding back about his time in a Georgia detention center.
People are in there, they're discouraged, and they don't know what to do.
Central Gwinnett County Bureau Chief Matt Johnson's live in North Cross, and Matt, he says he was punished for speaking up inside.
And it was right here in this building behind me where Rodney Taylor said he doesn't fear retaliation for speaking out against the conditions inside of that ICE facility where he was held. Meanwhile, supporters of the agency say that ICE is being unfairly criticized.
I have faith in the Lord.
Rodney Taylor walked out of the Stewart Detention Center after 473 days, and he's not keeping quiet about what he saw.
It can take 2 weeks just to see a nurse, and then another 2 weeks to see the doctor. Meanwhile, people are suffering and losing their lives.
Democrats and activists stood with him and his wife as he described conditions he calls inhumane at the ICE facility in South Georgia. The Gwinnett County barber came to the U.S. from Liberia at age 2 on a medical visa. The father of 7 is a double amputee.
They refused to feed me for 3 weeks because they expected me to walk the length of a football field 6 times a day just to get some meals.
Federal agents arrested Taylor outside of his Loganville home in January of last year. ICE says Taylor had a burglary conviction at 16. His attorney says Georgia pardoned him for that in 2010.
Eventually, ICE, because of all of you, they heard us, they answered, they did what was the right thing, and they let him out.
Gwinnett County GOP chairman sees the debate differently. He's raising questions about who would bear the cost of detention reform.
We want humane conditions for everybody? Of course we do. But do we want to foot the bill for everybody else in the states? I think the answer is no.
Federal data shows that ICE detention is up 73% from a year ago. Taylor says everyone inside deserves a fight like the one that his wife led for him.
Right. We are human beings, and it's not right.
Okay, you got your voice heard on Our Bottom Line today, my brother. Hope you have a good one, and good luck with you and your family, and keep yourself on the straight and narrow path. Good morning, everybody. It's our bottom line. It's Friday. Let's get it. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. If you have not subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Also, hit that notification bell down there so that you know when we're on. And to like, all you got to do is double tap the screen. Do I got to entice you guys this morning? Okay, cool. We just got a new order in. I can go ahead and see if we can start this off kind of early. See if we can get some real likes going on over here. We got enough to fit the bill. That's right. We're going to go for 6 of these keychains this morning if you guys can get those likes to 500 or better. And we're going to go for 6 decals as well. So that's 12 people that are going to be randomly selected that email me at bridgethisllc@gmail.com. That is bridgethisllc@gmail.com, so that you guys can see if you're going to be the ones that get the keychain from our bottom line and or the decal from our bottom line. That's right, 12 people. Let's try to get those likes up. Now you see I'm giving you something, and all you got to do is double tap and then go email me. You could be the one that's getting the keychain or a decal. Let's keep on moving forward to the next story we got over here. We're getting back over to New York, where we got to be very careful. And I'm so angry that it's took this long, that it's taken this long for them to do what they're doing. And it's sad because how many have you eaten? How many have I consumed because we thought that they were just so delicious? How many New York bagels have you possibly had? How many slices of pizza have you possibly had? Well, let's get into it really quickly. There is something called potassium bromate, and it could be banned in New York City because the flour it's used to make pizza and bagels. Why are they not letting us have it? Why are they saying it's not good anymore? It was always not been good. What's that word that we always use, guys? Carcinogen, which leads to cancerous. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. I want to make sure that you guys understand this. It makes a lot of sense. And we should start asking our pizza shops and our bagel shops, what type of flour do you use? We should start asking that.
There are growing concerns surrounding two of New York's most famous attractions, pizza and bagels. Legislation sent to Governor Kathy Hochul's desk would ban a chemical in flour that's been used in pizzerias and bakeries for years. Connoisseurs are concerned that removing the compound could forever change New York's famous chew. But some health experts argue it is long overdue. Joining us this morning is Dr. Mark Hyman, a CBS News contributor, physician, podcaster.
Very important.
So help us understand the health concerns about this ingredient, which is called potassium bromate for us, and why it's so common here in New York and elsewhere, and why I take a potassium supplement.
Yeah, it's potassium is not the problem. Potassium bromate is a goat conditioner. In the 40s, pizza and bagels in New York before the 40s had no potassium bromate. Right. It makes it more stable, easier to use, and it's sort of an industrial product that's in our food. The problem is it's banned in most other countries, Canada, UK, China.
It's a industrial product. We've been doing our bottom line health and wellness selection to know that that's what that means. It's been processed, and it's a what? Yeah, it's not good for us. It's a carcinogen, and it could lead to cancer. And just because of the texture, it's the same thing that they put inside of the bread, same likeness that they put inside of the bread to make it bouncy and to make it last longer on the shelf. We got to be careful about the stuff that we're eating. Guess what I learned? I realized it's not always going to taste good. As long as it's good for you, it's not always going to taste good. Now, getting good with making menus and recipes, that's the challenge. But I'd rather eat stuff that's not so tasty than eat stuff like this and know it's not good for me. I watch people eat chips now. I watch people eat cheese doodles, and I'm just thinking to myself, do they have any idea what they're putting in their bodies? And they eat a lot of it. Now that you just watch people, you see them like eat 2 or 3 bags of it, and if you're paying attention. Just keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go.
The problem is it's banned in most other countries, Canada, UK, China, Nigeria. Yeah. Why not in the United States? Right. And I think why not? I think the concerns about it is that it shows that it has carcinogenic potential. The International Research Agency on Cancer rates it as a carcinogen, a possible carcinogen. It can cause kidney cancer. It has reproductive effects on the eggs. It causes oxidative damage. In other words, it can damage DNA.
So what if you eat like a bagel every day, a couple of bagels, a lot of slices of pizza because they're $1.50 and people don't got that much money like that, so they're eating this stuff all the time. So now you're at that tier where that's really what a lot of people can only afford, and now look at what they're putting inside of the foods. That's how it happens. And then you wonder why so many people have the same conditions. It's not so hard to figure out once you start paying attention, you guys. Let's go.
There's real concerns about it, and I think, you know, in most other countries, they follow what's called the precautionary principle. An ingredient is proven guilty before it's accepted to be innocent.
Sebastian, it's okay. You're weaning yourself off. I get it. Just wean yourself off. You still get props for that. Wean yourself off the chips or make your own.
Here we have to let something in food supply. It's innocent until proven guilty. It shouldn't be that way. We should be protecting our citizens, and we should be more diligent about doing this. But the good news is across the country, California, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Utah all have ruled this is not something we should be out in our food supply. It's making the manufacturers take a second look and having to remove it because they don't want to patchwork quilt the regulations. The FDA is looking at it, but hasn't ruled on it yet. There's legislation that was introduced in Congress to look at these things again, but again, it's just slow on a federal level. The state levels have been acting because
You know why? Because there's a lot of money being made, and when there's a lot of money being made, there's no rush to change things, and especially when the big boys out there, big flour, big this, big that, big sugar. There's a lot of money out there with those guys that's pushing back. What do we call those guys? I think they're called lobbyists. Yeah, let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's get on over to California. Knows how to party. California, West Coast. I don't bail, fresh out of jail, California dreaming. Soon as I step on the scene, I'm seeing who be screaming. Look, that's my joint right there. Let's get on over there because someone that you know and love that could be your next president of California, he's already your governor. What do you think about this guy? What do you think about Gavin? I'm going to let you guys say the last name. I never say the last name because I let you guys type it in the chat. I'm talking about Gavin. You guys say the rest. Okay, now let's go. We got a situation where he's giving out what? Don't tell me this is true, California. Come on, Californites. Step to the front of the stage. I need to ask you guys, are you seriously telling me that your governor is giving out iPads to criminals, to inmates? And now what are they doing with those iPads? Yeah, I'm not talking about knocking on a door. I'm talking about what? They're using it to watch porn. Yeah, I can't say it. I don't want to say it in the same sentence after what I just did. But yeah, P is on. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Is this what your governor's doing, you guys? I can't believe this. They're giving them iPads to watch piss on. Oh, he said he thought that they were going to watch other things, but it comes to find out that when they find out what they're looking at, they find out that they're watching porn most of the time.
Sandra? No, doing just okay. Flying through Wednesday. I'm Sandra Smith. It has been for you too.
so far.
You too, John. I'm Sandra Smith in New York. So we are waiting to hear from Vice President Vance any moment now. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that he has issued a new ultimatum to states addressing fraud or loose federal Medicaid funding. And Reuters is reporting the White House has stopped granting Medicare enrollments for new home health care and hospice providers.
All right, let's bring in Chris Rufo, Manhattan Institute senior fellow. What we really wanted to talk to you about here is what's going on in California. And this is that Governor Gavin Newsom just awarded a $189 million contract to provide new digital tablets to every inmate in the California prison system at no cost. And many of them, apparently, are not watching what the California government wants them to watch, which would be educational things, because you got this new article in the City Journal, watching porn on California's death row. Under Gavin Newsom, state prisoners are turning taxpayer-funded tablets into personal sex machines.
They're on the hub. They're on every one that you guys know, y'all. They're on every single one of them. They're Googling. Oh yeah, it's on this network. Can you believe Gavin Newsom? Can you believe your governor at this point? How much money he just spent on this?
What is going on?
That's a question that many people are asking, John. And what's happening is this. Gavin Newsom, despite warnings from prison officials, agreed to a $189 million contract to provide these tablets for all inmates. And we interviewed a dozen death row inmates, rapists, murderers, child molesters, all of the most kind of horrific crimes imaginable. And they told us very straightforwardly, prisoners are using them to watch pornography, to have X-rated video chats with people on the outside, And in at least one case, a prisoner was using it to groom and abuse a minor girl on the outside. Thankfully, he's now facing trial. But the big question is this: why on earth is Gavin Newsom providing personal pornography devices to every inmate in the state of California?
Well, one particular case that you highlight here in the city.
Okay, I want to know how many people agree with this. Thumbs up if you agree with what Gavin Newsom is doing. Thumbs up if you think that maybe they can read the Bible, learn better skills, and go on YouTube and learn a trade. That's why he did it. Or do you guys think that this is probably the stupidest idea that you could ever come up with in your life? What else are they going to be doing? You're going to have dudes sleeping for hours because of the fact that they can't even wake up. Because every time they wake up, they at it again. Yeah, come on, you guys. If you agree and you think that it's a good idea, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you think it's a bad idea, thumbs down. Okay. He could have helped the homeless with that money. Thumbs down, absolutely not. Okay, hey, how you doing, Jamal? What's going on? Everybody, oh, hey, Max, it says thumbs up. We got one person that says thumbs up. Luigi, thumbs down. It looks like everybody on the same page. My brother was a criminal, and I always worried about him dropping the soap because he was gorgeous. Audrey, you are dead wrong. The tablet relieves tension. Who owns the company that got the money? 55 Coffee House, Lisa Roy. Could have been one of the companies that gave his campaign a nice donation. Lisa Roy, you on point. I like your style. I like your style. It's called the Epstein app, including in all our laptops. Oh my God. Let's keep on going, you guys. Let's get up out of here. Because Gavin Newsom, he's another one, you guys. How DJ Khaled said, another one. I don't know how the hell he got in office. Let's keep on going. We got a man that's been accused of stealing meat from multiple Food Lion stores in Charlotte. You guys just getting real out there. But this fool here, he is a serial meat bandit. And pause on that one because of the way I said it. But yeah, I normally don't say pause, but I'm gonna say pause on that one, Casey, if you're around. I'm gonna have to say pause on that one because that one there was a pretty crazy. Check this fool out here. He already wanted, already been banned. He's already received trespassing. It's to the point where if he get caught one more time, he's gonna get a felony arrest for doing what he's doing. And I know it's hard out here and as times get rough, but bro, you gotta figure out another hustle. Go pick up some cans, go wash some cars. You and stealing meat is not a good idea. Come on, you guys, check this out. Check this dude out.
TV police say they're working to find a beef bandit who just keeps stealing meat. You see it on your screen here. He's grabbing meat from grocery stores, packing it into suitcases, and
Calling him a beef bandit.
leaving. Thanks for joining us for WBTV Live at 5. I'm Siobhan Bryant.
And I'm John Carter. Investigators tell us that thief has stolen hundreds of dollars worth of meat from multiple food lines just over the past couple of weeks.
WBTV anchor Alex Giles shows us exactly who detectives are looking for in this week's Crime Stoppers report.
Police tell me they think they already know who is responsible for these thefts. And get this person has been arrested multiple times here in Mecklenburg County. They're trying to find this individual again. This is the footage police have honed in on. Investigators say this video shows 64-year-old James Stafford.
Like, bruh, he don't even front. He don't go looking at the other stuff first, looking around. He goes straight to the section. You could tell he a klepto.
Inside of a Charlotte Food Lion in the process of stealing various meat products. Crime Stoppers detective Ashley Phillips says Stafford has swiped items from retail stores and has most recently stolen hundreds of dollars worth of meats from Food Lions, like this one on Albemarle Road in East Charlotte.
What he's doing is he's going inside of these locations and specifically targeting the meat section, grabbing high dollar meats, loading up a suitcase, and then exiting out of the store without payment.
That's right.
That one song says, I ain't mad at you.
Suitcase. Look, in this surveillance clip, you can see that suitcase in his shopping cart. Police say he puts the meat in the suitcase, then simply wheels the suitcase out of the store without paying.
As an officer, when you see something like this, you see somebody who knows what they're doing. You know, he's got a suitcase parked on an aisle. He's going back and forth, picking and choosing exactly what he wants.
Is there a possibility this person is selling the items that are stolen?
I would say it's always a
Are you kidding me? That's the meat man right there. He take that stuff and go right to the hood. Come on, y'all. Y'all know what it is. I got the ribs. I got the short ribs. I got the T-bones for y'all. What's going on, y'all? I got the prices right here. You know he going for the big selections. You see, he took them big old pack of ribs, right? Yeah, the stuff that he can get a decent amount of money for. But is it worth it?
possibility that these suspects are stealing these items, reselling them, and or keeping them for themselves. You know, we don't particularly know in this.
Somebody said, how do you get a suitcase in the store? Only in the hood. Well, look at your name and ask yourself that question. Only in the hood will they go bring a suitcase in the store, an empty one.
Instance,
Phillips says Stafford has even been banned from Food Lion stores, but keeps returning. Jail records show he's been arrested multiple times in Mecklenburg County. Detective Phillips and her colleagues are now trying to find him and charge him again.
You know, I think you're right, because somebody says, you know, if it was AOC, she'd be like, he's hungry. What is he gonna do? Somebody, he's hungry, guys. If it was like, what's her name? Ilhan Omar, feed that man. He's hungry. You see how we do it here in Minnesota. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, and double tap that screen to get those likes up, because you ain't gonna hear about nobody stealing no meat, no food line, nowhere else but on our bottom line. Let's keep on moving forward, y'all. Double tap that screen. Same situation like Ilhan says, oh, come on now, have a heart. He's hungry. Yeah, give him some of that money you lost. We're talking, give him some of that money you mysteriously lost when you did that mystery accounting work that you did a couple of weeks ago. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go, because you know what's going to happen to him when they catch him, right? Y'all ready? Let's go. Locked up, and since you already banned, now you're getting that felony. Y'all ready for it? Watch your head. Damn, I shouldn't have told her. Then he's going to be in there doing this, going over the bumps, looking at the food line, looking at the Chinese restaurant. Yeah, man, it's over for you, bro. And at 64, I have to say that's a bad choice. Probably going to get like a year or something like that, but hopefully he straightens up and he flies right. Let's get on over to Boston. We got a video that shows people passing a man fatally laid out on the escalator on the ground. You guys, y'all got to have a better heart than this. I think of the same things in New York. You see somebody down and out on their luck. There's a way that we ignore people. I'm just going to go there and I'm going to include myself. There's a way that we ignore people. You act like they're not there. And you do the general looking just to get to where you got to look. You see how I'm not looking at the camera right now? And I'm looking like over it. If you guys were the person, they wouldn't be looking at you. They'd do something like this. Yeah. You know, totally the opposite of something like this. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop doing that, because the sad part about it is it could be somebody in need and in need of dire help. And if it's right in front of you, please have a heart. I understand it's New York and you probably don't want to get involved, but it could just take making a phone call, pressing a button, hitting an emergency signal. Don't just walk by people if they're hurt. I'm asking you guys to not, please. And I know you don't want to get involved a lot of times, but you might want to do this one time in your course. This is the reason why. We got an individual who got hurt on an escalator, fell over, and nobody helped him. And he lost his life because the escalator kept going. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's get over to Boston. Sad situation right here.
I'd like to find out where you were. To lose my son because nobody was doing their job, I'd like to know why. Because it infuriates me.
Tonight, an exclusive from our NBC 10 investigators. A Boston family is searching for answers and demanding accountability from the MBTA. They want to know how their loved one died after he was trapped at the bottom of an escalator inside a Somerville T station. Good evening, everyone. I'm Colton Bradford.
And I'm Priscilla Casper. NBC 10 investigator Ryan Catherine.
I'm thinking, what do you mean at the bottom of an escalator? Just get up. Well, what's the problem, right? Not if your coat is caught and it's eating up the neck of the jacket and it's pulling you in there, right? You ever think about that?
A video of this incident and spoke with family members about their loss, Ryan.
And Priscilla, the video you're about to see might be difficult to watch. It shows crucial minutes pass before anyone alerted first responders. The footage also reveals the public had plenty of opportunities to step in and possibly save his life. You're watching surveillance video from the MBTA's Davis station in Somerville. The person riding the escalator is Stephen McCluskey. These are the final moments of the 40-year-old's life.
the fact that his death could have been prevented or avoided, and it wasn't. I want to know why.
Shannon Flaherty is Stephen's younger sister. Mary is his mom. Together, they sat down with us inside their family home in South Boston to talk about the talented carpenter and father of two boys.
He loved building things, loved his children, he loved being a dad.
But in recent years, they described how Stephen was struggling.
He was dealing with addiction.
Think the world's not hard, dealing with helping your family, trying to raise your kids by yourself. It's not just, this was a good person. He wasn't always like that. I want you guys to see he has a family and people that care about him. And he's still trying to make it.
You know, he did his best every single day to show up for the people that he loved in the ways that he could.
Just before 5 a.m. on February 27th, Stephen stepped on the escalator and headed toward the subway platform. But at the bottom, watch as Stephen loses his balance and falls. He would never get back up. The family remembers getting the call from the hospital.
What's going through your mind?
I pretty much froze. You can't describe it. There's just no words. Going through my head that whole time was just like, am I going to see my brother again?
All they knew was there had been a horrific accident involving an escalator. They had no idea of what unfolded in the video you're about to see.
I can only imagine there were so many questions going through.
And there is a button at the end of the escalator. Just lift it up, press that button to stop the escalator if it's not locked.
Well, I just don't understand why nobody would help. Like, nobody would stop. We have a security. We have the break codes that are supposed to be on all the floors from the time it opens to the time it closes. How does a busy train station
Miss Keisha.
stop? Nobody's seen.
It turns out plenty of people did see Stephen that morning. Less than a minute after he fell, a passenger spots him from the top of the escalator, and then after taking the stairs, looks like he briefly tries to help Stephen before continuing to the subway gates.
Man, you don't see those escalator stairs rubbing up against his head. Man, take that damn jacket off that man and help him get the hell up out of there, bro. Like, for real, this is one time you got to do everything right now. Don't worry about nobody else.
You then see Stephen flailing his legs as he tries to free himself. A steady procession line of T-riders follows, with some people briefly staring at the person at the bottom of the moving escalator, others barely giving a glance as they scroll by. A larger group reverses course on the escalator before gathering around Stephen at the bottom, with one pulling on his legs. Roughly 18 minutes after he fell, a 911 call the NBC10 investigators obtained finally alerts first responders.
He's at the bottom of the down escalator. And the escalator moving? Yes. Yes, he's laying out flat down with his head on the breathing. I can't even tell. I saw him when I was at the top of the escalator.
I gotta say it, only in the hood. Say what you want to say about the dirty South. We would stop. They would stop, take out a knife and cut off that jacket and get him up out of there. Gotta keep it funky. You guys, we gotta care about each other. We do. Straight up. We gotta care about each other.
22 minutes had passed by the time a T worker appears on the screen, walks up and presses the emergency stop button.
Yeah, I don't find that acceptable. That's way too long.
Robert Cotton is an escalator.
Somebody in the comments, I think I agree with you. I'm not sure, but it definitely does look like he took that man's wallet. That one song said that. I didn't want to say it, but it looked like he went through his pockets when he was down there. That one guy.
Expert with 4 decades of experience. He used to oversee the equipment for the public transit system in the Bay Area of California.
Well, they have to have the highest standard of care. They breach that duty. They have a duty to maintain that. If somebody had knowledge of it, that should have been acted upon immediately.
In a statement, the T called the incident a terrible accident and told us MBTA personnel respond swiftly to all emergencies and do everything they can to assist individuals and secure the situation. When first responders arrived, they found Stephen without a pulse and his clothing pulled tight, cutting off the airway in his throat. They also discovered the skin from his back had been pulled into the escalator, and at one point, thought the machine would have to be dismantled just to free Stephen. A half hour after responding to the station, EMS workers finally carried Stephen out on a stretcher and loaded him into an ambulance. NBC10 photojournalist captured the departure to Mass General Hospital, where Stephen would pass away 10 days later.
I would like to sing too.
Mary and Shannon had never seen the video of Stephen's final moments until we met them for this interview.
Just one thing.
The footage difficult to comprehend.
I just can't believe it. And I want to make sure that, there's somebody or something held accountable for the fact that my brother wasn't protected.
Good morning, guys.
But beyond getting answers from the T, the family feels a broader sense of purpose for speaking about their tragic loss. Why is it so important for you that people know about your son and that to the public in general gets answers to how something like this happened?
Well, because he was a somebody. He had a life. We loved him. They treated him like he didn't exist.
Oh, man, this is a sad one right here. That was so sad right there. You guys, I got to pray for Stephen. I want to pray for his mother, for his both of his sons. I want to pray for people. I want to pray for every person that walked by and just looked at him down there on the ground, especially the people that saw it when it was early. They could have just went over there and helped him. I'd have ripped that whole hoodie off of him. Probably got mad at me, whatever like that. I'd have ripped the whole hoodie off, been like, bro, you all right? I'd have got him up out of there. I promise you I would have. I would have hit that button. I would not have let that man stay down there like that. That's why I'm so glad that I got a mother named Diana Crawford, the one that really held me down and the one that did what she had to do. I appreciate you so much, mommy, and so much, grandma, and so much people that looked out for me and prayed for me. And I wish and I pray that other people would have the angels and the good people in their lives that took care of them the same way that you did for me. Because I could never see anything like that happen and not help my fellow man or my fellow woman. There's no way in the world. I want to pray for every single person that walked by. I also want to pray for Stephen and his children. Amen. And the reason I'm praying for the people that walk by is because they need prayer. They definitely do. They needed prayer. Straight up and down, they need prayer. That's crazy, right? I cannot believe it. That man lost his life because of an escalator. Even if he was high or something like that, so what? The man is caught in the escalator. And the other part that I did not even hear about, the skin of his back. Yeah, half hour to come get that man. Let's keep on moving forward right now. And this is another situation I want to talk to you guys about. When people are going through mental issues and when they're going through these changes and when they have their preferences, whether it be they want to be this or they want to be that, you got to kind of be careful with that as a mother or a father. If you don't agree with their number 6 UL preferences, if they want to be down with the broken wristed click, the BWC, if they want to be trans, Europe, express, if they want to be down with that, you got to let them do what they want to do. You can't step in because sometimes bad things happen. We got a situation over here where trans kills Niller reveals how he, because I don't play that game, I give it up the way it is, how his parents, the chilling interrogation video, I wanted to change and they wouldn't allow me or accept. So he did what he had to do. Again, you guys, I don't think it makes a difference as far as the age is concerned. There's a difference between the sickness when there's someone who can't operate even though they're a certain age and they need you and they're not a threat. I get it. But when it's somebody you see that can't function correctly and they're lashing out, you may have had to call the cops on them. You guys may have had incidents. This is when I say, even if they're family, they need to be kicked out or they need to go somewhere else. They don't need to be around you guys because it could get dangerous. You got somebody like that living in your home. That's the last line. That's not even the last line of defense. I mean, you're sleeping there. What could possibly happen to you? Be very careful who you allow to stay in your home, even family members. Let's get into this situation where the Iller reveals how he exed his parents in a chilling interrogation video. Yes, this is a male. Don't let it fool you. Oh no. And if you look at that blank stare, you would already know there's something going on there.
Were you able to tell me what happened at your parents' house?
Got parked there and pointed a gun. I was, I told myself to remain that part of me, really, but hesitant, like always. And right at the door, shot at her first. Where Yeah, that's fair.
He said he wanted to get rid of that part of him that wasn't accepting him or that wasn't good anymore. And I guess he meant his parents. So he pow-powed his mom first. Then he pow-powed his father. Then he noticed that his mother was still gurgling and went and finished her. Said it. So you guys worry about keeping people in your house. Oh, that's my son, but I love him and this and that. And Rob Reiner. In the new interrogation video, Bailey, now 30, blamed the Erders on his mom trying to thwart his transition surgery.
She was trying to sabotage it. She was always had cognitive issues, that's why I never told her where he lived. Do you know what she said? I'm gonna get the details. That she just said some stuff to the doctor. You're gonna have to ask the social worker.
During the confession in which he copped to Slills ordering his parents, Gail and Joseph Bailey, inside the family home in Washington, Utah in 2024. Bailey also disturbingly detailed how his mother didn't lose her life instantly.
I do remember actually coming up just in case because I heard her like bleeding quite a bit, like choking. So I went to shoot her again.
Okay. So you remember it's was that after you came back upstairs?
Yeah, it was dad first.
And then you heard your mom and she's still
kind of alive. Yeah, sometimes they're still kind of alive. So yeah, and then I shot her again.
Yeah. So all of that, her stuff, I don't play that crap. The brazen murderer was eventually nabbed after an hours-long manhunt and is currently serving 2 life sentences. And this is him. Yeah, looked like Corey Feldman a little bit, didn't he? Looked a little Corey Feldman-ish, huh? Want to pray for the family, the mother and the father, even though it was 2 years ago. I didn't hear about that story. This is the final of it, and we finally got a chance to see what the murderer had to say. I wanted to show you guys that because you may have somebody in your home, may have that family member, you may have the situation with your grand aunt they're staying with or your grandmother. I don't want to scare you guys or put you in fear of it, but I do want to put you on point and show you what's going on here because it happens a lot, especially once you let them in the home. Want to pray for everybody behind the other side of the line, which means you're on the side where they're at, and hopefully you're protected and don't have to deal with any nonsense like this. And we pray for your lives of all of the elderly as well as the people that are taking care of people like this. Amen. It's not an easy feat. It's not easy to do. And if you appreciate the content, let's go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become a member. Double tap your screen so that those likes go up so many more people can come over here and see our Friday show, you guys. I know you had a lot to say about that one. Wood chipper, no need to waste taxpayers' dollars, says Teddy Marcel. I don't trust those strange, dangerous, or snagger tooth chill. Oh, okay, cool. I don't, hey, okay. But face the facts. Who caused this? All of the farmer kickback. All for the farmer kickback. Let's keep on moving forward. Sam Champion, thank you for being here this morning. How you doing this morning, Clifton? What's going on? Shame, Boston, shame on you. Let's keep on going, you guys, because now, what's the cost of eating fast food as it continues to rise? Let's go. Let's see what's going on over here, you guys. Are you noticing that you're spending a lot more money on fast food?
Have you had fast food lately? You might have noticed the cost is a little bit more than normal. Well, one industry analyst says that they found average prices growing 39 to 100% just in the last decade. But Fox 26 business reporter Tom
More money, less food.
Ziska says the latest complaint is about what people are getting for their money. That seems to be shrinking, Tom.
Rossi, the short answer is they are getting a lot less in some cases. It's good old-fashioned shrinkflation where portions get smaller, trying to keep prices under control. This is something we have noticed in recent years in grocery stores, to be sure. But people are blasting social media and message boards like Reddit with complaints about ever-shrinking burgers, nuggets, and burritos, just to name a few. Industry experts say customers are not imagining things like
It's literally the size of the packet. Look at that, the size of like a couple of fingers. That's what the burgers is the size of, you guys. And they're $7, $8, and they really acting like they giving y'all something.
the pandemic really accelerated rising food, labor, and transportation costs that have put a lot of pressure on quick service restaurants or QSRs in the
Everything look like a White Castle burger now. A White Castle is the common size burger look like.
lingo to respond in a way that keeps their doors open while trying not to irritate their customers too badly. They don't want customers thinking they're not getting value as portions have gotten smaller. In all likelihood,
Wow, you seen that chicken leg the size of almost a ketchup package?
will happen. There'll probably be burger wars as companies are looking to take market share from each other. Think about the value meal and sort of 5 for $5 and things like that. But even there, if you think of a QSR.
Yes, Kathy. I see people getting it delivered, Kathy. I be seeing people drinking the soda from there. Yes, they're still eating that disgusting McDonald's food. And after what we saw yesterday with the corn syrup and the fact that all they got to do is add a little more liquid to it to get it from a small to a larger size, for what was that? An 1150% markup. All they're doing is filling us up with crap because corn syrup is cheap to make.
As the corporate and then the franchisees.
Good morning, G-Man.
You can mandate that prices go down, but if franchisees start having a hard time fulfilling that, that's when, well, A, people go bankrupt, B, they revolt. So one of the big complaints, if you look at all of these social media posts, is the McDonald's fillet of fish. I bought one. It's $5. I don't know what volume of fish is in this, but it's a tiny sandwich. Just the impression is tiny. Nick Neonakis there says the tipping.
I think they need to change the name to the Whopper. They don't need to be called the Whopper no more. They need to call it the Popper. How about changing the name from the Whopper to a Popper? I know they call burgers Poppers, but they need to change the name from the Whopper because the name used to be Whopper because it was big and it was all you can have it your way. Flame broiled. Remember that? Remember Burger King? And I don't care what you guys said. Now, back in those days, I would always choose Burger King over McDonald's when they really had the real flame broiling going on. Oh my God. Back in those days, with the strawberry shakes, they were really good. And the real potatoes. Remember those days, you guys? That's the sad thing. The sad thing is this. And if anybody agrees with me, let me see a show of hands over here. The older you are, the sadder it is. What do you mean, Boogotti? That means you remember the real good taste of stuff. That means you remember how the burgers used to taste. That means you remember how the shakes used to taste. That means you remember how when you used to taste something, it used to go into your nose and you can actually really smell the scents and really feel like that's really what you're eating. You guys remember that. You remember when you ate bread and there wasn't that line in there that just tastes something odd about it, like right now. Something odd about it. That's what's throwing you off. How do I know you feel that way? Because I be damned if I don't feel that way myself. What's wrong with the food? You can't fill up on it because once you start filling yourself on it, you're like, ugh, what the hell is this? And then you can't keep eating the same thing all the time. So what we gonna do? Gotta make our own menus, you guys. Trust me. Trust me. Food tastes different now. Money Tree, thank you. Thank you. That's what my grandmother was always saying. I remember when the cheese on my burger was actually melted, guppy for fur. Yes, we were too poor for food when I was a child. Don't matter. Still tasted better. Remember a submarine sandwich with 2 pounds of meat on it? Oh, remember when you used to go uptown and get a real hero from the Poppy store? And I'm talking about that hero used to be so big. That hero used to be like this. And I'm talking about meat stack, cheese stack, lettuce, tomatoes, oil and vinegar, salt and pepper. That sandwich used to be so big you couldn't even eat the other side of it. Am I in this by myself? Am I on this? Please let me know if you guys understand what I'm talking about. Do you remember? Do you remember? You used to go get a hero in there. We call it a hero. You go uptown and get a hero. Brooklyn, whatever bodega you want to go to in 1995, 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 2000. Yes. And you get yourself a hero so nice for about $3.50. What happened to the food? Okay, we gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta keep on going, you guys. I thought it was me because I see everybody's agreeing. You know what I'm talking about. Bread used to get moldy. Yeah, remember the welfare cheese used to be the best cheese to make a sandwich with, a grilled cheese? Man, listen, we was ODBing back in those days. It was real. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to get on over to Boston. We got to get on over to Massachusetts where Shelby Hewitt, new charges for a 32-year-old woman accused of posing as a high school student. I think she's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs as well. And she's supposed to be some sort of psychologist or whatever like that. They need to revoke her whatever sort of a medical or whatever they gave her because she used it in a strategic way to act like she was the student, to act like she was acting out that way for a reason. And even the students are really angry with her because they said, we became friends. We didn't even know that she was 32. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go.
Now to the 32-year-old woman accused of posing as a high school student. She faces new charges after pretending to be a traumatized child while collecting salary as
Now, can you believe she was trying to pass for 13?
a Massachusetts social worker. Trevor Alt has the story. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, George. So investigators say this all began when a man claimed he was withdrawing his daughter from school because she was bullied, even though she had just enrolled in that school a week prior. And school officials thought something was up. Prosecutors now say that student was actually a woman in her early 30s. This morning, the Massachusetts woman accused of posing as a Boston Public Schools high school student now facing multiple felony charges. Investigators say last year, 32-year-old Shelby Hewitt enrolled in 3 separate schools, presenting herself as a teenage foster child as young as 13, going by the names Daniela and Ellie.
In reality, the defendant was a woman in her early 30s who had attended both college and graduate school and was employed.
She got more lines in her face and stress lines than the teacher. Teacher even was like, wait a minute, 13? And then she got the nerve to be befriending 13-year-old girls and hanging out with them.
But as a social worker.
Prosecutors allege while Hewitt was working as a social worker at the State Department of Children and Families, she created multiple names and dates of birth for herself and several fake social workers to spread a false narrative she was an extremely traumatized child with significant special educational needs. 16-year-old Janelle Lamont says she befriended Hewitt in school when the pair had 3 classes together. She says she suspected Hewitt had some mental health troubles because she'd have outbursts in class, but never suspected she was a different age.
I was definitely shocked, and my friends were definitely upset because we accepted her as just like one of us.
Boston public school officials alerted authorities this summer after administrators discovered a DCF form had been filled out incorrectly, and the social worker listed on the form was not actually an employee there. Prosecutors say Hewitt didn't act alone. She had 2 purported foster parents, one of whom is another social worker. Hewitt pleaded not guilty this week to 9 counts, including felony forgery, identity fraud, and larceny. Her attorney insists she was never a danger to anyone.
She was trying to max out that foster care money. What's going on, Clifton? Good morning, bro.
She's a person who's had a lifelong history of mental health challenges. She's in treatment and she's working.
So how come all of a sudden now you want to say that she's got mental health challenges, but she's certified as a as a psychologist? Which one is it? What's this conveniency when it's necessary? What's going on here?
Making yourself a better person.
And Hewitt has been released on $5,000 bail under conditions that require her to stay away from schools and anyone under 18.
Oh my gosh, she can't go nowhere now. You better run out the store if somebody coming in underage, because you can't be around nobody now. Okay, you guys, what y'all think about if I had a robot, right, and I wanted to take him on a plane? No, not a snake, a robot. If I had a humanoid robot and I wanted to take him on a plane, do you think that would be a good idea? Personally, I don't. Maybe a little one possibly, but not no real big old robot. But then again, thinking about the lithium batteries, I don't know because the altitude changes, number one. Number two, what if the robot starts going crazy while it's in the air? I don't want no humanoid robot on no airplane with me. And that's the same thing that we found out about from Southwest. Humanoid robot got banned from Southwest after a flight that sparks instant airline policy change. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Is it coming? Are they stopping it already? Do you think people are going to actually be able to take their robot waiters and their robot butlers with them?
It was a first and maybe a last. Dallas business owners' flight over the weekend was so unusual, it has literally resulted in an immediate policy.
Let's get those likes up, y'all.
What could this be? Well, that's because a business owner was a
Same thing I think, Audrey.
humanoid robot. Jake Miles with a story that you'll only see right here on CBS
Audrey.
Texas. Everything was in place.
We were going on a plane.
For Aaron Medina to pull off something that he's pretty sure hasn't been done before.
What if we actually try to be compliant, follow all the rules, and have Stewie board a flight?
The owner of the robot studio was flying back to Dallas from Vegas over the weekend when he decided to bring his humanoid named Stewie along with him, rather than sending the 3.5-foot tall robot on a cargo transport plane. You actually bought Stewie.
Somebody said, what if the inmate in Cali using Gavin's iPhone hacks your robot?
Stewie a ticket.
Yes, we wanted a ticket. The airline had a type of ticket you can buy for a wedding dress or some piece of equipment.
All it took was a much smaller battery that would successfully pass through security so Stewie could strut through the gate on the way to a plane bound for Love Field.
I had the perfect window seat. Clouds like cotton candy, everyone snapping selfies with me.
Video of Stewie walking to his seat resulted in some strange reactions from fellow passengers, to say the least, including flight attendants.
Well, I don't know what to do with that.
I think people were shocked overall that this was even possible. And most people were very excited to see a robot flying. It provided so much entertainment, and it was great.
Stewie is one of several humanoids found at the robot studio in North Dallas that can be rented for conferences, parties, and other events. Stewie was powered down for most of the flight and arrived home thinking it would be the first of many.
Yeah, Stewie sat on the plane like a regular passenger.
But within 2 days, Southwest Airlines sent out a safety alert about a new policy on transporting robots, saying that Southwest Airlines no longer allows human-like or animal-like robots to be transported in the cabin or as checked baggage, regardless of size or purpose. So are you surprised to see Southwest's reaction to this?
We think all robots should be allowed to fly provided they comply with the battery restrictions.
In a statement to CBS News Texas, Southwest says, to ensure compliance with our guidelines for traveling safely with lithium-ion batteries, Southwest clarified its baggage policy to include robotic devices.
It's not a battery policy because the battery we used is essentially a laptop battery.
Medina hopes Southwest will reconsider and will eventually allow Stewie and other humanoids back on board.
It's a total conspiracy. I swear, they don't want us robots peeking at the clouds, seeing what's really up there. My dreams got clipped faster than a bad haircut.
In Dallas, JD Miles, CBS News, Texas.
This is getting kind of crazy, you guys. Imagine if he would have been in the air and got mad, though. How about that? What if he act out while he's in the air? You guys, what y'all think about that? Are you okay with riding with a humanoid robot, maybe a couple of them, or not? I'm not, because I think they might go cuckoo puffs. And if they start getting rewired out here, start going crazy, start getting downloads of bad programs, or get some sort of malicious malware, I don't want to be in no plane with no robot. I'm good. Thank you. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Exactly. Good morning, Collective and Angels and Winter Rising. How you doing, Lisa Ann, Warren, and Paradoxes? What's going on, Zion's Choice and Miss Chocolate? What's up, G-Man? How you doing, Luigi, my brother, Mary Tanner? Let's keep on going. What's up, Warren? Gizmo. Get on over here where this man has been charged with endangering the monk seal. Guess what, you guys? They got him. The one that threw that big rock the size of a coconut at the monk seal in the water in Hawaii, he got caught. And they finally caught up with him. I guess his money didn't really mean nothing after all. Let's go.
The Covington man accused of throwing a large rock at an endangered monk seal in Hawaii appeared in federal court in Seattle today. These are the sketched images of him from inside the courtroom, since cameras are not allowed inside. And this right here, this is a live look from outside the courthouse where we are still waiting for him to come out as we speak. King 5's Madison Wade joins us now with what we know. Well, Madeline, you've probably seen this video of that man hurling a large rock at the Monk's Field in the water in Maui. Investigators say that man is 38-year-old Miklovich Linvinchuk from Covington. These are new sketches of him from federal court today. He is facing multiple federal charges at Hawaii, but was arrested here in Seattle yesterday after returning to Washington. King 5 has a crew who's been waiting outside the courthouse for about 2 hours after the hearing to confront him, but he still has not come out. He is facing 2 federal charges under the Endangered Species Act and the Marine Mammal Protection Act.
Yep, they caught him with the federal charge. Since the state ain't want to pick it up, they hit him with the federal. I think we got some more. Let's get this other side of the story coming from Lahania.
The man who was caught on video throwing a large rock at a Hawaiian monk seal on Maui has officially been charged. The Hawaii U.S. Attorney's Office today announced Washington man Igor Levinchik was charged with harassing and attempting to harass the endangered species. This is a federal crime, and the video of him allegedly throwing the rock at the beloved monk seal.
As Paris, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
He told witnesses that he was.
As Paris 76, you are reigning supreme right now. I really appreciate you, Miss Paris, Miss Paris 7_76 for the $99 super chat. Breakfast and lunch on you. Love your show. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Everybody, show As Paris some love. Trying to step up like Harley was doing back in the day. What's going on, Miss Harris? Kind of pace, Miss Paris. We appreciate you so much. And yes, we definitely would appreciate, or we definitely would use that maybe for the YouTube the premium bill and the Verizon bill that just came in. I was just looking at them. So guess what, you guys? We appreciate your support and everything that you do. And guess what? We're not just one-sided here. We also help people as well. We also donate to foster homes. We also help our people here. We're not just one-sided. We may have people that are here that need help sometimes. And that's kind of like the resources that we tap into. If you guys remember how we get down, we try to keep something on the side just in case one of our members or maybe one of our fosters needs something, because it's better to have something to help people out than not. One thing that we do not do, we try to help out more than one foster or more than one shelter, not just one all the time. So we spread it out. So we do appreciate everything that you guys bestow onto us, because we love to share as well. Thank you so much, Miss. Thank you. Let's keep on going.
Quote, rich enough to pay the fines before walking away. The U.S. Attorney says that the suspect was arrested today near Seattle, Washington, and is set to be in court tomorrow morning. If convicted, he could face a year in prison, supervised release, and a fine of up to a total $70,000.
Hey, Sam, come on, man. I told you, bro. You gotta let nobody know none of that, bro. Don't worry about it. It was a blessing, and it's blessings from each other. We care about each other for real around here. Let me tell you something about caring about somebody and consideration. Consideration is thinking about somebody when they're not around. Like, yo, my boy this, my person that. That's something that we don't have. A lot of us don't have consideration. And I'm praying that a lot of us do. I think a lot of us here do have it though, but other people in other places don't. And it's not always about money. It's about caring, helping that man up, cutting that hoodie, helping these people, doing something about this guy right here messing with that monk seal, getting involved and doing something about stuff. That's caring right there. I'm just glad that he got caught, because wasn't he bragging about his money, y'all? Wasn't he like, I'm rich, I could do whatever I want? Ooh, I would have loved to be able to sneak a camera in that courtroom and have him looking up at the judge the way that they sketched him. He was looking all scared with them tans on. Oh yeah, because you know they sent them through the system, right? He had the tan jumper on. Nah, bro, we ain't gonna let you get none of your civilian rich boy clothes. Put this on. Matter of fact, take them shoes off. Crouch down. Cough. What are you talking? Yeah, this is what happens when you get locked up, even if you thought you had a lot of dough. Watch your head. That was a good one right there, you guys. I'm so happy that they caught him the right way. And I really mean that one right there. I'm so glad that they caught up with him. Because I'm going to be honest with you, y'all. I thought he was going to get away. How many other people thought that he was going to get away with that? Like, oh, they let him go. He's already gotten home. I love it because it's for the animals. And we love animals around here. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got another situation where we got a shocking situation over at the Dutch Asylum. They set it ablaze with fireworks. This was crazy. I think you need to be really careful about this because people inside, what about the people that are inside of this place? Were there people inside? This is my question right now. Let's get on to this situation over here where I really can't believe it. This is something that I just like, I'm hoping and praying that people are not inside of this asylum. Shocking moment when anti-migrant protesters set Dutch asylum ablaze. During an anti-immigrant protest in Loos, Netherlands, a fire broke out after rioters threw fireworks into bushes in front of the building. Again, there's a difference between fireworks and using fireworks as a weapon, i.e. pointing it at somebody like when you're protesting. That's not peaceful protesting. And this is not peaceful. During the anti-immigrant protest in Loos, Netherlands, a fire broke out. Rioters threw fireworks into the bushes in front of the building. Luckily, that building didn't go up because they could have been charged with that. They initially tried to prevent the fire brigade from extinguishing the blaze. Must be something going on with that asylum, huh? The Dutch Prime Minister called this violent anti-asylum protest utterly scandalous and protests on X. Keep on moving forward, you guys. I already told you, don't be surprised when we go somewhere else because we have people from all over the world, all walks of life that watch Our Bottom Line, and we give everybody the news. We have no political affiliation at all. I'm not Republican, not Democrat, I'm not an independent, and I'm not a conservative. I am from that other party that we all have been a part of, but we forgot about it. The human race, the human party, the party of the people. That's why we made this platform here, because I used to go to platforms and say certain things, and I was the one that was getting kicked out. Oh, you can't say that here. So if you're not part of our agenda, we don't like you. No, we don't play that over here. You guys can say what you want as long as you're respectful. Why? Because it creates debate. They even have debates in colleges. Why? Because when you debate, you argue things out. You get to the bottom line of stuff, and you can possibly make a solution and maybe get somewhere. That's the party that we're part of. All of us, before anything, we're part of the human race. That's what I'm representing. Let's keep on moving forward as we're going over to Buffalo. We got concerns that are mounting right now after a woman was grazed with an ullet near a government building. Yeah, it's going down everywhere, you guys. Come on, let's get on over to Buffalo. Let's see what's going on up there.
Once again, over the weekend on the city's east side, Buffalo police are investigating another shooting.
Our Rob Petrie hit the streets today to hear from residents who
Netherlands.
are calling for an end to the violence.
See?
Yeah, I'm here at the intersection of West Eagle and Delaware Avenue in downtown Buffalo, an area where you wouldn't expect this type of violence to happen. But a woman shortly after midnight Sunday being grazed in the back by a bullet.
It's kind of scary, but we're not going to let them win. You definitely look around your surroundings, right? Like you want to make sure that you're,
So many questions. How do you get grazed in the Bizac by a Bizolite? How do you do that? That means that you came inches away from probably being pow. You were pow, but it just didn't go in you. She's lucky to be alive.
we walk in packs. We don't walk by ourselves.
Residents News 4 caught up with in downtown Buffalo Monday were shocked to learn that a woman had been grazed by a bullet Sunday morning.
All right, Sam.
Near Delaware Avenue and West Eagle Street, just a stone's throw away from Niagara Square and the Erie County Holding Center.
There's no need for any of this to go on around here. We're supposed to be the city of good neighbors. We definitely want more of a city of good neighbors is what we're looking for, and not, fear for our children.
Our cameras caught up with Deputy Police Commissioner Craig Macy about the timeline of the shooting.
Our police officers were downtown and actually were the first ones to call it in. So we, self-dispatched the call and we were first on scene.
Amanda.
He tells us there were several shots fired, and while their investigation is continuing, they have reason to believe that the victim and the shooter know each other. The latest shooting comes on the heels of 3 other ones over the course of the past month.
So another one of these stupid people getting caught up in the crosshairs, you guys. And I got some bad news to tell you right now. I got to say it while this is going on right here. For New Yorkers, for us, just want to let you know, this is the bad news. Everybody else looks at it differently. I look at it different. I'm going to tell you why. Because with great power comes great responsibility. But with a lot of heat, flame, a lot of, let's say, sweat, a lot of sun means more people and a lot more niggering. You know what I'm talking about right now. We're about to get 90 degrees in New York. Then we got 80 coming. Then we got another 80. That means it's on, you guys. It was cool in New York for a while. So people were not coming outside. You saw the hoodies, you saw other stuff, right? Now it's about to get hot. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm sorry for what we're going to have to report in a few days. I always say this, and I'm just getting in front of it right now. I want to pray for New York right now. Why? Because it's getting hot outside, and people do a lot of stupid things. A lot of people get arrested. There's a lot of derugs. A lot of people staying out later because they want to go out and do things. So that means what? More activity. More situations happen in the heat than they do in the winter. You don't believe me? Look it up. More situations happen in the sun than in the rain and the snow. Don't believe me? Look it up. So the same way everybody's over there like, oh, it's going to be 80, it's going to be 90. Me, I look at it like, it's about to go down. So yes, I want to pray for the summer of 2026 for every single person in every hot place that's about to turn up. And you guys just stay on point. Hopefully we can make it out of this and we will be okay. I just got to be honest about it. Last year was bad. It seems to keep on getting worse, especially with the powings uptown in the Bronx. Hopefully you guys are being careful up there. That's what I want to say. Amen. Because, yeah, with great heat comes the niggering. I'm just calling it out just like it is. And I'm not talking about just one race of niggering, because every race has niggering. Yeah, I'm trying to say it no. Every race. And you guys know what I'm talking about. Soon as it get hot outside, it didn't even get hot yet. It's already turning up. So, yeah, I'm nervous about this situation, especially in this city with less police officers.
Near Schiller Park, and with the weather getting warmer, there's growing concern that the number of shootings will climb.
It's just too quiet down here. But you do have the nice weather. It's nice to be out and, taking a walk on your lunch break and getting the fresh air. So you don't want to be concerned about anything stopping that.
The New York chapter of Moms Demand Action weighing in tonight, issuing News 4 a statement saying, quote, the last few weeks have left Buffalo families living in fear of gun violence. And frankly, we can't accept this is normal.
Oh, yeah, well, I hate to be the one. I hate to be the one. The old man that got powed in front of the store. The little girl that was 12 years old that was hit outside the bus stop trying to wait for the bus. That was last year, you guys, and so many just back to back to back to back to back to back to back. Just hope it doesn't happen again. But you guys know with this heat, it turns up. Let's get on over to South Carolina. We got an automatic mistrial. You guys know what's going on here. Alex Murdaugh, believe it or not, the one that powed his wife and his son, they said they gave him a mistrial, so he's got to do it all over again.
Big news coming down yesterday. Alex Murdaugh is going to get a new trial after his double murder conviction was overturned. But the state is planning to immediately retry the former South Carolina lawyer in the deaths of his wife and son seen in the middle of this family photo.
Nobody knows this case quite like our own Shanley Painter. She was in the courtroom. She was at the crime scene. She joins us now with the details of what happened yesterday. Chan.
Hey, Todd and Carly. So the South Carolina Supreme Court unanimously overturning Alex Murdaugh's convictions and ordering a new trial for the 57-year-old, writing this, quote, Colleton County Clerk of Court Rebecca Hill placed her fingers on the scales of justice, thereby denying Murdaugh his right to a fair trial by an impartial jury.
Crazy.
His constitutional right to a fair trial by an impartial jury free from outside influences, and we agree with Murdaugh. The 5 justices said Becky Hill made inappropriate comments to the jury about Murdaugh's credibility, letting her desire for public attention overcome her duty to her oath of office because she wanted to sell more copies of the book she planned to write about the case. Here's how one juror described her comments to our Martha McCallum.
She came in and she was, like I said, it's going to be epic. And then she went on to say how we were all going to be famous. And this is, just the trial of the century. I was just kind of like, did she really just say that?
Becky Hill later resigned and pleaded guilty to two misconduct-related charges connected to the case. This new ruling, though, means that Murdaugh will get a second chance to face a jury for the murders of his wife and son. The South Carolina Attorney General's office saying it will aggressively seek to retry the case, noting this doesn't mean Murdaugh will be released from prison now. He is currently serving a 40-year sentence for separate financial crimes.
Yes, all of the money that he stole, he's still going to be in there for the rest of his. They're just trying to determine if he's going to be able to probably do something with some parole or whatever like that, you guys, at this point. And yes, we still got to pay for the family members that were lost, the wife as well as his son. And you can't remember about the crimes that he did. So many people lost their life savings. So many people went out really bad because of Alex Murdaugh, allegedly. We're going to see what happens in this new trial. Amen. Let's keep on going, you guys. We got to get on over to Miami. We got a situation over here. I know you guys remember I talked about this the other day. Because sometime you have a Jamaican man and him say, "Me got lance you. Me got lance." What no dread? The bomb clot come through here talking about him on beef with me now, man. The next thing you know, me take out my machete and me lance him. That's what they say, you guys. They have the big machete. They don't say machete. They don't call it a machete. They say machete. Me go lance you. Take off your whole blood clot arm. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, well, we got a situation here that really happened. I'm not playing. Okay, we got a victim who's recovering after the machete attack, after being lanced in North Miami. You know they ain't playing in Miami, especially some of them West Indian parts, some of them Haitian towns or whatever. You know, they used to the lancing. Come on over here. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Make our lance you with the machete. Well, check this out, y'all.
Right now, it's 4:30. A man speaking only to us here at Local 10 after he was the victim of a brutal attack.
Cops said he had to do an argument with another man, and that's when the suspect pulled out a machete, started chasing him, hitting him multiple times. Local 10's Rosh Lowe, live in North Miami with the exclusive Rosh.
So you know what? You know what's going to capture your attention when you see this video? Because it captured my attention. You're going to see this guy, and he's bleeding, blood all over his hand, and he's holding up this other guy against the fence, not wanting to let him go, waiting for police.
At all. They don't play.
Well, police say the victim in this case was attacked with a machete, and now the victim's sharing his story.
Second week, blood. Second machete. Me got lance you.
North Miami police arrived to the scene. May 10th, a man bleeding profusely from his hand, and he's holding another man against a fence. What is going on here? Cops say the man bleeding is the victim in this case, Brian Tolentino. And he even tells the man he's holding, "Don't act like you're the victim. Don't act like the victim now." Cops say he was just attacked by Ariel Alvarez. Cops say Bryant was attacked with a machete.
Oh, so you had him over like this, and you were just like this, and you weren't letting him go.
Every time I struggled, I had to grab his hand because if not, I ran the risk of getting hit with the machete.
After getting this body-worn camera from police, we tracked down Bryant. He tells us what happened.
It was concealed. I ain't see it.
You like, oh my God, this guy's gonna stab me with a machete.
Cops say Bryant was visiting a friend and Alvarez was outside the apartment. He knew him from the neighborhood. The two men engaged in conversation, and then Bryant says Alvarez just lost it.
It's not every day somebody's sliced with a machete and then holds up the suspect until the cops get there.
Facts.
Next thing you know, he says he's fighting for his life.
I thought about my kid, my wife, my family. I gotta make it home.
Bryant shows us his stitches, and here is Alvarez. Complaining of back pain, heading to jail, facing an aggravated battery with a deadly weapon charge. He told cops he was defending himself, but cops say surveillance video told another story.
I can't begin to fathom what made him react in that type of way. But yeah, he reacted like that. He just lost it.
Yeah, he lucky he ain't catch it worse from the mash yet, y'all. Woo, he lucky he didn't catch it worse. There's a lot of that going on right now, you guys, and I'm telling you, it's getting warm, it's getting hot out there, and with more heat comes more incidents like this. I want to pray for him, pray for his family, as well as the fact that he was able to apprehend that crazy fool and got that machete out of his hand and got up out of there. Hopefully they keep him and they keep him under evaluation to find out what's going on with him. This is the second incident in this last 2 weeks that we've been reporting from each different coast now. Keep on moving forward. Amen. Let's get on over to a Philadelphia area emergency room, because you guys got to be careful when y'all lighting up the. They coming in the party with the spliffers and see. That's the only place that you really want to be. So if you're a smoker, you guys got to be careful, because they got this new strain. I don't know if they call it a strain. What y'all call it? Strains or whatever like that. But put it like this. If you're feeling like your tummy's bothering you a little bit, it may be not good for you, because there's some new thing going around, some sort of a sickness, some sort of bug in the air, and it only comes down to people who indulge in that stuff, that good stuff. Yes, you guys, I'm talking about you. I don't know if it's the new people or the old people, but guess what? You guys got to be careful. And the veterans are going to be like, oh, must have been a bad batch. Check this out, you guys. I got a video for you right here where Philadelphia area emergency room are dealing with the rising case of that's right, marijuana illnesses, saying they people's stomachs is bothering them, they having problems. So I guess, yeah, let's check this story out right and see what's going on in Philly.
Because of marijuana use, emergency departments in our area say they are seeing quite a surge of patients with severely upset stomachs.
Outdoors, Stephanie Saul is here with more on this very concerning trend.
It really is, guys. You know, doctors say this does not appear to be related to contaminated marijuana, and they're not sure exactly what's causing the syndrome or why it only strikes certain people.
What is the vomiting, the uncontrollable nausea, the only thing that makes you feel better is a bath or warm water. And I was like, wow, I'm like really sad that I never heard of this before.
So she was indulging and she came down with this symptom.
37-year-old Taylor Armendariz describing a bout with a mystery illness that sent her to the hospital twice.
It's just unbearable.
She was finally diagnosed with something called cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome, known as CHS, that's linked to marijuana use.
Jack says, I got the good stuff. Jack, be for real. Jack says, I got the good stuff.
I Googled it immediately when I got home, and it was like exactly what I was going through.
Emergency departments around the region are reporting a surge in cases of CHS.
I think now with legalization in many states, there's more access to it.
Dr. Alan Schubert with Virtua Health says the increase in cases is happening mainly in states where cannabis was legalized both medically and recreationally, which includes New Jersey and Delaware.
Yeah, you guys, be careful out there. You know, I don't want to play too much of that crazy leaf right there, because the next thing you know, they're going to take it personal against you know who, and they already acting up. But we're still what? Still number one. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, doom. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, doom. Let's keep on going, you guys. Where we going right now? Oh boy, watch your kids, because now the younger kids are starting to act up. I'm talking about 4-year-olds. I'm talking about 9-year-olds. I'm talking about 13-year-olds running around Raleigh acting a fool. And you guys, come on now. Why are you even letting your kids come out at this age? How do you not know where your children are? We got to get on over to Raleigh, where parents are going to have to be held accountable about this. And this is the time, Jeffrey, Mark, Sam, and Ted, all of us were talking about this at one point. It needs to come to a point where the family of the mother or the father needs to be held accountable for the actions of their children. I'm talking about children. Check this out. We got kids that's caught on camera throwing bricks at homes, bashing windows out. Crazy. You guys won't believe this. And not only that, they're teaching the little ones what to do. Well, check this out.
Well, concerns in a Northeast Raleigh community, kids caught throwing rocks and even bricks at homes and cars.
CBS 17's Barrett James is live for us tonight at the Lions Park neighborhood looking into that story. And Barrett, homeowners say these attacks are costing tens of thousands of dollars.
I said 4, yes.
Are they ever? I'll tell you, Rod and Angela. In fact, homeowners, community leaders, parents, Raleigh police all coming together in the name of community safety, as well as for kids' sake after a string of rock and brick attacks. Peace shattered in Raleigh's Lions Park community.
And I understand that these are just kids from the area that are engaged in some mischief.
Neighbors say some 10 to 15 kids, ranging in age from 4 to 12 years old, are throwing rocks and bricks through glass windows and doors on houses and cars and have been for months. Owners say the damage has climbed into the tens of thousands of dollars. And although there have been no reports of anyone physically hurt in these rock attacks, there have been close calls, including a too close for comfort miss on this grandfather's baby grandson.
A rock about that size that came through the window and shattered the window, and my grandson was not in his high chair, but the glass was all over the place. So if he had been there, he would have been seriously hurt.
Many neighbors say they don't want to criminalize the kids.
And you guys probably heard that crash. That was the one that big crash. What makes a kid want to do an abandoned house? We would do it. Abandoned factory would throw rocks at the window. Abandoned something like that car wash. But somewhere people live at, what the hell is wrong with them? And this is the part where my mother would say, go get me a switch. And you be standing there like, yeah, she'd be like, go get me a switch, because if I gotta go get it, I'm gonna tear your ass up. And if you go get a small one, go ahead and bring it back. Bring the small one back. Okay, now give me another one. What do you mean? This ain't big enough. Go get me that one, and then she gonna put them together. And now she got the double whammy for you. Ha ta 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 ta. And you looking like the good times sign, looking like the good times picture. Oh no, mommy! Because she gonna catch you right in the center of your back. She ain't playing around. They need their ass whooped. Call me what you want. That's the problem. They ain't doing it no more. I don't know what happened to A whoopings, but that's the problem. They need their ass whooped. Straight up and down. Straight up.
It's a problem, but you have to sort of keep that in context, that these are little kids.
Raleigh police officers and concerned citizens met here at the Lions Park Community Center last night to air their frustrations and discuss ways of turning around these kids up to no good.
It was a really, I feel, productive meeting. I know not everyone walked out.
Amanda, she's like, I know Boogotti, but the law says we can't. Who says that? Miss Swanza said, the law says we can't. I know what you're thinking. She's like, Lord, if it was me, I could just hear the drums of death going on their butts with all types of trying to make different patterns up. What they would be getting it. What they'd be getting it from back in our day. Please.
Out feeling fulfilled and happy about it, but I think there was a few people who have had the worst of it as far as damages to the property.
They were vandalizing our property.
Dawn Murphy manages the Raleigh Millbank Apartments where the accused vandals live, adjacent to Lions Park. She's getting more parents to take more responsibility for their kids' actions.
Me and my team came in with the solution. I'm going to try to some way make it mandatory that the kids go to these free programs that are offered on-site and off-site that are in the community, so we don't have the vandalism of.
No, I think they need to do landscaping, and they need to clean up all the stuff that they did, and they need to be punished by cleaning stuff up and by doing real work out there. Oh, so y'all, and it's not hard to find them. Let's keep it 100. Parents, you guys really want to do something about this? Now your kids are going to have to do chores for these people for a certain amount of time. They got to do the garbage. They got to clean up the same place that they try to tear up. They should make them clean it up. And my son would have did it. I'd be like, get your butt out there and do it. Do what you got to do. The parents need to be responsible. They're the ones that send them outside. Told you guys yesterday, give us a product to work with. Stop blaming the village. The village needs a product to start with. Just like a plant, you got to put that seed in first, and you still got to put that water in there and put it in the sun. You still have responsibility. Yeah, you still have responsibility, parent. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because this is a sad day when mom dummy, na is a super cat, na use a dumb dummy, na is a super cat, na use a dumb dummy, na is a super cat, na use a dumb dummy, dummy. That's right, you guys. Mom dummy. Remember he tried to do the other move when after a while he finally caught on to what he should do when it snows outside, maybe pay a couple of people to come and shovel. You guys remember who really started that? All the mayors back in the days were doing that. That was going on since Mayor Koch. We know what's going on with that. Give some guys some extra money, let them go out there and bust some snow, clear the areas up. Yeah. Only difference is back in the day you would get paid. Why am I talking about shoveling snow in the summertime now? Why? Because New York shovelers are saying they have still yet to be getting paid months from after the snowstorm. This is a damn shame, Mom Dami. You mean to tell me you trying to balance budgets before you pay people? Come on, man. Get these people money together.
If you work during one of this winter's biggest snowstorms as an emergency snow shoveler, then listen up. The Department of Sanitation says they're still working to resolve payment issues, including reaching out to workers by phone. Some say they didn't get a call.
So I went down to sanitation right there on Neptune and asked them what was delayed.
Sharia says she even reached out to 311 looking for answers, but says she still did not receive clear information.
I waited longer than necessary, and no one even informed me of any any correction or any address that needs to be updated.
We reach out to the Department of Sanitation. They say about 150 emergency snow shovelers still have not been paid due to incomplete documentation. They say they're continuing to contact those workers to help resolve their cases and issue payment.
You want to make sure they get their money.
The Department of Sanitation says anyone still waiting for their payments or experiencing any issues should reach out as soon as possible by using this email on your screen. To New Yorkers watching, if you know someone who worked as an emergency snow shoveler and still hasn't been paid, spread the word and encourage them to reach out to DSNY using the email on your screen.
Yeah, well, guess what? If it's a snowstorm next year, y'all can forget about it because you know what the sentiment is going to be. Mom dummy, na is a super cat, na use a dumb dummy. Don't pay his bills. Yeah. They're going to be like, nah, we ain't rocking with you. When it was other people like Bloomberg, we got paid. We even got paid with Koch. We got paid with everybody else, but y'all don't want to give us the money. That's messed up, you guys. That is messed up. People went out there and helped you guys clear the sidewalk, help the city move, and you guys don't want to give them their money. Damn shame. Feel sorry for those people. Let's get on over to Boca Raton, where we got a man in a viral Lotus e-bike confrontation faces a felony charge. The only reason I really don't condone this situation is because the situation is with a teenager who's on his e-bike. And yes, we have a Ken, not a Karen, a Ken who is not happy about the way that this kid is riding his e-bike in the neighborhood. And he does say that they got a couple of complaints going on about it, but even though you get fed up, people, please take this as a heads up and as a warning. If you get fed up with something, if you get angry with something, you got to break it down and you got to bring it in. Woosah. Especially when it comes down to dealing with other people, putting your hands on people or taking their possessions. Don't mess around with people just because you get angry. Really, let's practice patience. We really need to practice patience because a lot of times that's the only thing that can keep us from being hurt. Let's get into it right now. We got this 13-year-old that got approached. I believe he's 13-year-old by this man who was kind of angry with him for how he was riding his e-bike.
Everyone, thanks for joining us.
A viral confrontation inside of West Boca gated community involving a teenager on an e-bike has now escalated into a felony case.
CBS 12 News first told you when a man was accused of confronting a 13-year-old boy inside the Lotus community.
Well, now after weeks of questions about whether more serious charges would be filed, he's been booked in the Palm Beach County lockup.
CBS 12 News reporter Katie Benty joins us live tonight with what changed. Katie?
Jim and Liz, this confrontation between a man and a kid on an e-bike has gotten so out of control it actually ended right here at the Palm Beach County Jail. Now, we have been covering this story since the very beginning, since the man at the center of this viral video was first given a notice to appear for a misdemeanor charge. Then we saw more misdemeanor charges getting added on. And fast forward to right now, he's been booked for a felony robbery charge.
You do know how expensive cell phones are, right? And expensive an iPhone is, right? Yeah. Wouldn't give the kid back his phone.
Get your hands off of him. The video that spread across South Florida. A 13-year-old surrounded by adults inside the
You got it, Jeff. He said, thank you for not calling him Jeff. No, I didn't.
gated Lotus community in West Boca Raton. Now, 62-year-old Mitchell Schumann has been booked into the Palm Beach County Jail after prosecutors upgraded the case to felony robbery. CBS 12 News first noticed signs last week this case was moving out of misdemeanor court. But at the time, prosecutors wouldn't say why. Now we know. Court records accused Schumann of taking the teen's phone while the boy was aware it was happening. Give me my phone! And under Florida law, that moment matters.
So the boy here was clearly aware, and the act was sudden. So that's why you have this charge, which, if proven, can get the defendant in a whole lot of trouble.
It's a third-degree felony, punishable by up to 5 years in prison.
Meanwhile, if this was in the early 90s or the mid 90s, these would be what's the name of those skates, you guys, with the inline skates? These would be those guys out there. Instead of bikers arguing, these would be the guys on the inline skates arguing.
Against you, don't have any authority to do anything.
Security does.
Deputies say Schumann followed the child on a bike, threw a water bottle, and took the boy's phone during an argument over reckless e-bike riding.
The video, of course, is key. It removes the whole
rollerblades.
But the defense says the viral video doesn't tell the full story. Schumann's attorney tells CBS 12 News his client plans to, quote, vigorously defend against the charges.
Yeah, rollerblades.
Context the public has not yet seen, including previous community complaints about the teen's e-bike riding. Now, Schumann is currently out on bond, but we've also been getting a lot of questions about the other adults you could see in that video and whether they'll be facing any charges. Now, at this time, it appears as though no other individuals have been arrested, and it's still unclear whether any additional charges will be filed.
One thing you got to do as an older person, as a grown man, is realize what you're doing. Look at yourself in that instance at that time and say, do this look right for me to be doing this? Does this make sense for me to be out here acting like this? But I tell you guys what it does make sense to do. It makes sense to hit that like button, because if we get over 500, which I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do it today, but if we do, if we can get up to 500 likes, you guys, we're going to be sending out 6-hour bottom line keychains. There you go right there. You see that right there? That's the Our Bottom Line keychain. You take off that blue plastic and you're the one that's going to start the scratches. That's a protective covering right there so that it doesn't get all scratched up in the shipping. So yes, that's Our Bottom Line keychain. And if we get up to 500 likes, I'll be sending out 6 of these. And also I'm going to send out 6 decals to 12 people. Look at that. 6 and 6. All you got to do is send me your address at bridgethisllc@gmail.com. That is bridgethisllc@gmail.com, but only if we make it to 500. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's get those likes up. Let's go. What else we got over here? See what we got coming down the pike for you guys over here. Yes, and this is for the ladies. Fellas, I understand that you're like, what do you mean, Boogotti? You can't be like that. I have to do it, fellas, because sometimes it's necessary. And let me tell you one thing I know about a woman, because I learned it from my mama. Sometimes it's really good to find a good bra. Yeah. You guys are like, what the hell? How does he know that? Yeah. Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you guys after this, after I finish my rundown. It's really hard to find a good bra. It's hard to find one that fits. It's hard to find one that's comfortable. And it's hard to find them because you know what? Once you find a good brand, everybody snatches them up, especially if you have a common size, cup size. I know what I'm talking about over here. Trust me. Ladies, do you agree or do you not agree with me? Tell them about those bras. Tell them about how expensive they are. You know what I'm talking about. Winter, hope you do feel better. I'm so sorry you're not feeling good. We will be saying a prayer for you today. I got to finish this rundown, and I promise you we're going to get into that prayer. But I want to know, that's right. He shops for bras? No, I did when I was married. Let the breast free. Agree, Boogotti. Sam, I'm so sorry. We are too. I need you guys to pay attention. Miss Swanza, would you tell him I'm not lying? When you finally get a good bra, you're like, damn, I got to get 2 or 3 of these. But they so damn expensive when you find a good one. So sometimes they go through rough patches, you guys. Sometimes, I don't know if you guys remember Raggedy Ann and Andy when they used to be all patching stuff up and fixing their stuff up back in the day. You know what? Some women do that and they got the money, but they just can't find their brand sometimes. Believe it or not, it's that hard. When the wire pops out and the wire sticking there, you're like, how the hell am I gonna get this wire to go back in? When the rim is messed up. Long story short, I got some remedies for the ladies. I'm tired of this happening to you. The only reason they use the blue thread is to show you guys how to do it. Oh yeah, I'm going to show you guys how to salvage those bras right now. Come on now, you know I'm going to look out for you. This ain't health or wellness. This is just your boy looking out. And be careful when you put that bra in that dryer or that washing machine. I don't know so much, but I think you might want to use a pillowcase. Throw it in the pillowcase and then you might want to wash it off. Not even dry it. Let it hang dry. No, I used to go in the bathroom and see Mama Big cannolis, them big old bras hanging from the from the shower curtain. That's why, because you're not supposed to dry them in the dryer. Let's go, you guys. I'm about to show you guys some techniques of how to salvage your favorite bra. I'm not playing. Top sewing techniques and tips for your bra that nobody told you. Call me what you want. I guarantee the ladies is gonna appreciate it. Let's go, y'all. Let's get it. This if you don't want the side of it to keep on slipping, going up and down, so it can stay in the place where you're comfortable at. Once you get it set a certain way, you go ahead and rock these little tabs right here. Come on for the shoulder straps, ladies. Come on. Talk to them. Now, why is she doing that? I do this too. I don't have to take out my knot. I make my knot with my needle. And yes, I do so. All my suits, I do them myself. See that wire popping out? That's very serious right there because that can poke you. It gets in the way. Now this is how to put it back. Don't worry about the wire. They took the front of the scissor, pushed the wire back in, and then took the top, flipped it back over the head of the wire, and then they started doing under and over sews. Then when they did the under and overs, they did a couple sideways, and then used the needle, went under, left a little bit of the thread out, went under, and pulled again, pull again, and then you cut. This way you don't got to worry about manipulating the knot at the end of your sewing. Let's go. Yeah, I got you, Sky, but you don't have to no more. You don't have to pull the wire out because then you don't got the support anymore. You know you want them to sit up. That's what the wire is there for. You know what I'm saying? And it also supports the structure of the bra. So don't pull it out no more. Just fix it. Now, she did not cut that before making the knot. You use the needle. Stop trying to struggle with the thread afterward. No, don't do all of that or cut it and then try to make the knot. You use the needle. Boom, two, and you good. Then you cut it at the shortest peak. I got one more for you. Now we're gonna do around the rim of the top when the cups start coming out. When you guys start seeing the cushion coming out the top, you know you had that girlfriend where her bra was just kind of mangled up and you wish you would have taught her. Only reason using colored thread different from the material is to show you guys how to do it. You can find the matching threads. Why that way? Because now it's gonna hold that part in. It's gonna hold that part in. And if it was pink thread, it wouldn't really matter, right? But we're using colored thread to show you guys. Support the back, then hit the rim. Because you don't want it moving around. Now it's gonna stay in place. And this is pink thread to us. Remember, this ain't blue thread. This is pink thread we're using. You notice how the tighter you pull it, the quicker the thread disappears because now more support you're pulling. You see the ridge broke, right? There's less support right there. They're adding support now. Or to actually bring them in, yeah. Might have a bra that's too big. Can probably adjust it this way. Same technique, same technique, same technique. It didn't even matter what color they used because they nice with the sewing. Yes, you guys, and I'm not gonna go away without letting you guys know where I got this from. You ready? This is the top sewing tips for your bra. Nobody told you. Top sewing tips for your bra that nobody told you. And number 3 will shock you. What channel is it from? It's from the Magic Stitches. Magic Stitches. You guys stop acting like sewing is hard. It's not. Practice and it makes perfect. Learn how to do it. And it's just something to put on our back so we know how to do. I've been sewing, actually, my mom taught me when I was probably about 12 years old. She got tired of doing all of my hemlines and all of my stuff for my pants. Let me tell you how it's always helped me throughout my life. I was a stock boy at Ann Taylor one time. I'm in there doing stock, working the shoes or whatever like that. So the lady comes in, oh my God, I got this big rip in my skirt. She was one of the sales ladies. I'm like, for real? And they have no sewing machine around. I'm like, I got thread, needle and thread. She's like, yeah. She gave me the needle and thread and I fixed her skirt right there on the spot. And they're looking at me like, the stock dude is fixing the skirt. Next day, Kelly brought me another skirt. She wanted it lifted up about an inch because they wanted to wear their skirts a little higher. Okay, so I fixed Kelly's skirt, brought it up an inch. Why did I do that? Every single lady that worked there was like, can you lift up my skirt? Can you fix my skirt? Can you fix my skirt? Then they started telling the customers. Yo, it could have really went down, you guys, but that goes to show you when you have a talent, you can actually profit off of it. Stop limiting yourselves. You never know what you're going to be good at. You never know what you're going to be good at. And always, always, always learn something new, you guys. Always. Look at that, $70 for a bra. Look at that. Look at that. Somebody says, I enjoy my carpentry classes a lot. Yes, we need to teach each other stuff like this. We have to learn from each other. My grandmother used to make our clothes, and she had a whole sewing room. If I could take you guys in there, I got a sewing machine, I got sewing kits, I got everything. All of this stuff is done by me. All of it. I do every one of my suits. They'd be like, yo, you need tailor? I'd be like, no, no. And do what I gotta do. And now they got stuff that's even easier, like the tape. All you gotta do is throw the tape around and you can iron that down and you straight. Let's keep on moving, you guys. And I'm really hoping, I know yesterday was kind of shifty, it was kind of crazy, but we get through rough times sometimes and we're not gonna have a perfect day every time. But I'm really hoping that you guys are enjoying today's episode and you got a lot out of it. And it's, yeah, don't get mad, fellas. Sometimes we gotta give love to the ladies. Health, wellness, and that was part of wellness because what you feel really good being able to fix that $70 bra. Some of them cost even more than that. Trust me, fellas. Go to Victoria's Secret. You'll be surprised. Like, yo, bro, I get a pair of J's with these. I'm serious, bro. The better the bra, the better the quality, the more expensive it is. Don't sleep. Them coconut launchers ain't no joke. They're expensive. They're not cheap. Let's keep on going over here, you guys. Another thing I want to warn you about. We're talking about taking flights. We're talking about going in the air. Let me ask you guys a question. And thank you so much, Keith Henderson. I hope you appreciate the content. What do you drink when you go in the air? Do you like a nice half a cup of soda or something like that? Would you like some water when you take a flight? Would you like some coffee or tea? What's your favorite beverage when you are on a flight? Even if you bring it with you. Victoria's Secret was that. Yeah, he was the man. Yeah, I wasn't no joke. I used to be in there all the time with my girls, all the time. Okay, what about this? What about these drinks? You guys, coffee. We've got ginger ale. We got somebody that just want to get nice and tipsy because they going in the air. Joshua said, "Let me get some liquor, a nice little nub for probably about $8." Bras are first spaceship. They defy gravity. I miss Fredericton, Hollywood. Okay, let's keep on going. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Way to go. Okay, you guys. I got some information right now from a flight attendant on why passengers should not order coffee. Let's get into it, you guys. I got to teach you guys. Let's go. We got a situation over here where she's telling us don't order the coffee and why.
Flight attendant is sharing secrets that airlines won't tell you.
You might want to think about ordering something other than coffee or tea.
We went to Air Hollywood and met up with flight attendant Jamila Hardwick, who says her colleagues never order warm beverages when they fly.
The thing about the coffee and the tea is that the pipes are rarely cleaned.
Airlines are only required to disinfect and flush the water tanks 4 times a year. Fine, no coffee.
So they only flush the pipes 4 times a year. So you don't know what's getting caught up in the reserves or whatever. So they don't even drink the water. Then this is the flight attendants. Just bringing you guys up on that. We're going to get into soda. We're going to get into Pepsi or Coca-Cola, as well as that pillow that you like to use to get a little bit of rest. That neck pillow that they give you. Yeah, check that out.
How about Diet Coke? She says flight attendants have an issue with pouring Diet Coke because it fizzes up more than any other soda.
I don't know what it is about the chemistry and Diet Coke and us being 40,000 feet in the air, but by the time it takes us to pour one Diet Coke, we could have 3 other drinks poured.
Another secret why you shouldn't ask a flight attendant to help you store your luggage.
We do not get paid until the boarding door is closed. If we put that bag in the bin and we get hurt, we do not get to write it off as an on-job injury.
That sucks.
This dirty little secret about blankets and pillows.
Bring your own. These get washed, but we're not sure how great they get washed, right? Same for the pillows.
Do you guys hear this? Straight up honesty. Very pretty woman too, might I add. I gotta agree with you too. I gotta agree with you. Who says that? Very pretty woman. Very pretty. But I appreciate her more prettier for telling us the truth, right? She ain't had to tell us these secrets, y'all.
They will take the lining off the pillow and put a new one, but you still have the pillow that's in there that's dirty.
And speaking of germs, our flight attendant says that everything you've heard about your tray table is true.
Oh my gosh, this is disgusting. When cleaners come on, they don't have time to wipe down every individual tray. So it's best wet ones. Please bring them on. Please clean off your trays before you put anything on here.
An airline industry spokesperson tells Inside Edition the safety of passengers is the #1 priority, and that includes providing clean drinking water and cabins. Finally, this flight attendant says a little kindness goes a long way.
We are more likely to help you find a better seat if you're nice to us.
And maybe get an extra drink or something.
Maybe an extra drink or 2.
Man, don't worry. I know there's a lot of guys in the comments like, don't worry. And the wives are looking at you like, what you being so nice for? Oh, nothing, honey. I'm just happy that we're going on this trip together. Meanwhile, he like, Y'all know what I'm talking about. This is the way the guys do it, ladies, just to let you know. Because I'm single. I ain't going to get in no trouble. This is the way that they do it. You know, you got a really pretty woman, and you're wondering if the guy is looking at the girl. If you're wondering if your man's looking at her, right? He's doing this right here. He's trying his best not to look. But I swear to you, don't get it messed up. As soon as you cut your eye to look anywhere away, he gonna get one. He gonna get at least one. He gonna be like, look, I'm not leaving out of here without just one look. I gotta get one. Because you know, fellas, you don't want to get caught looking. Woo, fellas. How many of you guys ever saw that video where the camera was following the pretty girl, kept on following the pretty girl, and then all of a sudden the camera got smacked on the side and the girl was like, I'm with you. What you keep on putting the camera on her for? Y'all know how it is. Don't get caught up, fellas. You know how your lady is. Don't get caught up out there looking at nobody else. Because all you're going to hear is, she going to get you, y'all. She going to get you. She going to get you. Look, stop telling on us, boo. I'm saying I got to tell the truth to the ladies today. And I got to tell them the truth. That's when you wear shades, Joshua. Joshua said that's why you got to rock the shades, y'all. You put the shades on so you can be like this. Oh, my God. And then you start thinking all types of stuff that we can't tell you at all, ladies. Can't tell you none of that stuff that we thinking. Look at Lisa. Oh, women do the same thing, huh, God? Let's see what the ladies got to say. Do you ladies do the same thing? Come on, y'all. Y'all can be fair to us. Tell us the truth. That's right, you can't handle the truth. Tell us the truth. Do you ladies do the same thing? Do you? Is this Eddie Murphy? Oh man, Josh, I love being funny. I love hanging out with my people, so it's just fun to do this. I want to know. Okay, Zion said we sure do. Okay, because I do see a little bit of comments in the comments where they be like, Boogotti, ooh, they be like, ooh, you fine. I'd be like, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And yeah, I said it, ladies. That's right. Boogotti single. I just don't use the platform for stuff like that because that would be wrong. And the next thing you know, we get one lady talking about, yeah, but such and such and such and such, Boogotti did this. And the next thing you know, it's random now. And then the next one get mad at you, and the next one get mad at you, and so on and so on. So you know what? We keep our business in private, and we don't do none of that on the platform. That's right. Even though, yes, we're single, but we don't go there. We respect everybody, and we're not here for that. We're here to be the #1 show on YouTube with the #1 co-host and the #1 family members because nobody's rocking with us, even when they try. Too much good content, too much good energy, and too many good people. It's bigger than us now. We got to keep on moving forward, you guys. We got an anxious, blind horse. And that's right, he had the world's worst luck until he learned to trust again. I got to tell you guys, I never ever thought about a horse that was blind that's actually running, actually moving around. Do you know what a horse has to have in order to run, in order to move while it's blind? There's one word, and it's very important. It's called trust. It has to have trust in its rider. Check this out. And this got to be one of the best riders that I've ever seen. Not only because that she takes care of, not only because she can ride, but the fact that she focuses on blind horses. You kidding me? How could you get any better than this? This is an angel among us on earth that has a connection with horses when they blind. Let's go.
Came to us back in 2018 because his owner did not care where he ended up. It's because he's a special needs horse.
He wasn't very confident at all. It was just his anxiety.
His name is Orion, and they're just now teaching him how to respond, how to move around, because his prior owners never spent the time with him because he was blind. They never wanted to invest the time in him. This 17-year-old girl right here is the horse whisperer and an angel. Period. Period.
I think that his lack of vision definitely plays a role in that, in a way that made handling him by himself a little dangerous. Orion. Hi, Steve. We found a great family for him, but a year later, he was returned because his family moved.
When we got Orion back, he was a challenge from the beginning. But I knew I could train Orion because I had already previously worked with a blind horse. I had just lost my blind eye a month previous to meeting Orion, and I just fell instantly in love with this horse.
So we immediately started having Kayla work with him. I'm gonna take adorable videos of Kayla bonding with her boy. Aren't you just the cutest thing?
We actually spent the first 3 months just working on building our trust and our bond. He loves to lay down in the mornings. I'll go in and snuggle with him for a couple minutes. He would respond better, and then I'd spend time with him just playing around in our indoor. He would be loose, and I would be like walking next to him. He would just follow me around, just seeing where I was going. You would say now?
So now she's got him responding to clicks, stomps, and her voice. Come on, y'all don't get no better than this. Clicks, stomps, and her voice, and he trusts her.
Who's scary? And you've done a lot of work desensitizing him as well, like with sudden noises or objects in places he's not expecting. So we went through a lot of effort to get him more confident on his own, which we accomplished.
After we did that, it took about 3 months for him to like fully trust me and for me to trust that he would be okay under saddle. And then I threw a saddle on him one day and he was perfect.
Nice, good.
Probably about 3 weeks after that, I decided that he was ready to go outside. We tried outside and he was perfect. He loves it. I'm so happy with how far he has come, especially with his trust with me.
Who that said that? I'd be in there with a sleeping bag, says Audrey. Look at that. You guys love animals. I love it. I love it. I used to bet on the horses years ago, OTB and Aqueduct Racetrack. You ever bet on the horses? Yes, and I won too. I love horses. I helped a lady one whole summer with her stinky pigs so she would teach me to ride her white horse. I learned how to ride too when I was 13 years old. I learned how to ride in Prospect Park. My uncle used to always take me on my birthday to ride the horses in Prospect Park when I was young. And over the years, I learned how to ride so good, I was better than him. until one day he got kicked in the head by a horse, and that let me know how strong the horses are. Got to be very careful, especially when you're standing behind a horse or when you fall. Be very careful, you guys. And always, if you can, try to get back up and get right back on the horse. I want to show special thanks to that's Orion right there. He is blind, but he's loved, and that's why he's so happy and why he's probably never going to go anywhere else, especially with that bond that you guys see right there. Can you imagine her mom's trying to take that horse from her now at this point? We got special thanks to Orion, Eleni, and Kayla. And this is Wayward Ranch Animals. It's at Wayward Ranch Animals, just in case you guys want to donate the way that we will be donating at the end of the month. This is Wayward Ranch Animals. You don't have to wait for us. That's a Instagram page right there. And yes, if they do have any sort of donations, these are the types of people we like to donate to because they're showing us before anything how they practice what they preach. I thought that that was beautiful. I love the fact that she bonded with the horse, went through all of the time to sit there with him, took 3 months to get used to him and everything, and now look at their relationship. That bond, forget about it. To trust somebody with being your eyes, you guys notice what they're talking about here? You're trusting her to be your eyes, how fast you should run, where you should turn, things like that. Beautiful story right there. So I felt that it was only right to share it with you guys. And guess what we're about to do right now? If you guys are trying to promote, get your business out there. Maybe you got something that you're trying to get out there, party, clothing line, website, music. What you trying to get out there? You want to promote it? Send it over to us and we're going to put it up in the post notification area. That's right, for our bottom line. Only thing is, it has to be in 1080 by 1080 size form in order to fit properly. Thank you so much, Audrey, for the $2 super chat. And thank you so much for blessing her because guess what? We appreciate people like that and we love people like that, you guys. There's not many people that would do that. There are not many people that love animals that much. And you saw so many people return certain animals when they get back to certain people and they just show that love where it's not even a big deal, where it's like second nature. That's why I keep on telling you guys the power of love outweighs so much. What really made that horse, that strong 1,000-pound horse, come back together? You know what it was, right? The power of the love of the two people that brought it back and saved it. Love ain't no joke, you guys. And like I said, if you're trying to promote and get your business out there, all you got to do is send your promos over to us because we got love for you too at bridgethisllc@gmail.com. That is bridge, like the Brooklyn Bridge. This, THIS. LLC@gmail.com, and we'll put it up in the post notification area for you. But it's got to be 1080 by 1080. That's the size that YouTube requires. Also, you guys, yes, we set it off yesterday, and we got a big announcement that we're about to make. One thing about me, I don't make the announcements until it's ironclad. I don't talk about the company until it's LLC. I don't make the deal until it's trademarked because there's a lot of hateration out there and you never know what can happen. And I picked that up from a brother named 50 Cents as well. Don't never tell anybody what you got going until you're damn near finished with doing it because a lot of people will try to stop you from your motion. That's why I try to tell you guys certain things. Get your motion going, say your prayers, thank God for the position that you're in, and you just keep on moving. And you try your best to be a good person. Keep your head down and do the work and share with people because you can't take it all with you. That's right. Stop being greedy. I've been eating long enough now. Stop being greedy. So now what we about to do, we about to stop being greedy because we got the Show Your Talent search coming up and you guys get a chance to win $250. That's right. 5 boroughs, Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, and one person from here will be able to compete. You see Miss Swanza right there. If you want to get lit, you gotta drink Big Drip. You guys, y'all see what's going down. We got locations locked in for Staten Island. We just got the locations locked in for Brooklyn, and we got much more locations coming up. You know why? Because we just got the fantastic hookup yesterday, but we're gonna be in over 100 stores. That's right, you guys. Big Drip, Hard Punch throughout New York. We're gonna be everywhere. Why? Because I got another announcement I'm about to tell you, probably by next week, but I gotta wait for the John Hancock. I'm going to lead by example and show you guys what I'm talking about. But yes, the Show Your Talent search is coming up in Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. Also one person from here. And if you win, boom, you get $250. After we put all 6 people together, we bring them all together in one location to see if all of them can compete to try to get the $1,000. Not from me, from Big Drip Hard Punch. I will be hosting along with my DJ. That's right, my DJ Don Dada, formerly Donna Marie of Black Ink Crew. You guys were there before in Staten Island when we pulled up. All of us were having nice drinks, had to be 21 and older when we went to Time to Wine, right over there in Staten Island, you guys. Then you probably went up where I met with Casey and we did the Throgs Neck Superstore. We're going to be right back at those 2 locations plus many, many more. But in order to find out where we're going to be at and what the dates are going to be, you guys are going to have to go to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. That's Big Drip with 2 G's and 2 P's, www.drinkbigdrip.com. Go to the first page, put your email address in the email slot, and we'll keep you updated on where we're going to be. Big Drip Hard Punch, 14, I said it, 14% alcohol by volume, 12-ounce cans. That's right, you guys, biggest, best. And like Miss Swanza says, if you want to get lit, you better drink Big Drip. And you only need 1 can unless you're really trying to go there. Trust me, I don't never steer you guys wrong. What we about to do right now is Friday, but I'm still going to be right back here Saturday morning for the damn you killed my master. So we're going to be here tomorrow at Saturday, 6 o'clock in the morning. 6 o'clock in the morning, right here on Our Bottom Line. We're going to do it all over again. But we can't leave out of here without telling the Lord how we feel about him, without giving him his grace, and without thanking him for giving us another day to be here today to do our bottom line. We don't care about all the other crap that's going on. As long as we wake up, what do we say, you guys? We're thankful for the day. And then we'll deal with the problems after that. Yeah, we all got problems. We dealing with the numbers, dealing with the crap that's going on. All of us got something. But the fact that we're able here to come back here today and do it again, I want to say thank God. So I want to pray for every single person here. I want to pray for our health. I want to pray for love. I want to pray for thankfulness. I want to pray for happiness. I want to pray for healing. And I want to pray for people to come together as a community and learn how to debate so we can make solutions. That's right, Miss Swans, I'm praying for you, Ad Rains, praying for Audrey, praying for Joe BX, my brother, Colessive, praying for you all the time, Angels, Sam Champion, there you go, Mary Tanner, Batty Lynn, Miss Swans, and Miss Keisha. Got to show you guys some love. Mrs. Mary Jane, Ad Rains, and Colessive. Kendra Walker up in the building nice and early. Brian, I love you too, my brother. Miss Keisha, how you doing over there, Audrey? Miss Swans is Zion's Choice. There you go. Mike Wilkins, 420 John Patrick, Batty Lynn, always holding it down when it comes down to the audio. There you go, Miss Swanza. G-Man, 4621, Lisa, got to get those prayers up for love for Sweet RV Adventures. Got to pray for health for Zion's Choice. Want to pray for my people's ad reigns for understanding and communication. Got to pray for Batty Lynn's health. And can't forget about Kendra, Miss Swans, and Colessive. Miss Paris, you know how we show nothing but love over here. Sweet RV, Ad Reigns, Audrey, Colessive, Liberty and Justice, Casey, Sam Champion, Mark Dorfman, Jeffrey Spilker, Luigi. Can't forget about Jordan. Can't forget about Jeremy. Can't forget about Terry and everybody else that we didn't see today. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic and safe day. But guess what? We put the prayers in the air for you anyway, as well as Teddy, my brother. Who else that right there? CJ the Cat. Always early, always on point. Kays Watts. Who else we got up in it? Winter Rising. I see Joe BX, Roman, Colessive, and that's how we're going to do it this morning. Gayla, Clarice, I see you. Lisa Ann, and we want to pray for you too. Amen. That's right, you guys. We do this every single day. Sometimes may be easier than other days, but that's life. Sometimes it may be rough. Sometimes something may glitch, or sometimes you may have a perfect show the way that we did today. That's right, you guys. I'm calling this perfect. I think that we went through a lot of different areas today. We went through a lot of informative information. And guess what? Like I said, 6 o'clock, right back here tomorrow. And we're going to do it all again. But how I normally say it, y'all ready? Because it's Friday, tomorrow Saturday. How we gonna do it? Y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that y'all came here to chill with me this Friday morning, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, 6 o'clock, I'm about to get some more trending topics, current events, and much, much more. I see you guys tomorrow for more. Our bottom line. Y'all could have went anywhere. Fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Let's go. See you guys tomorrow. Get 'em. Peace.